New music, new music, new music. The legend.
One and only, Queens.
Playboy Mikey. Woo! GAHHDcast, episode 194.
Oh yeah. 6 more.
Facts.
Volume up, volume up.
Hey, hey.
Grown man rap. Ooh. Shout out to all the birds. I still love you.
Pluck one of you birds.
Shout out to everybody over 50, over 40, over 30.
Hey, we made it, baby.
Shout out to the
Step with
youngins
it.
as well.
Yeah. I gotta make it this far.
Let's fade it out. Let's fade it out. GAHHDcast episode 194. I am your host, the brother Burns. To the left of me, I got the brother VS.
VS to the OP, you know what it be, man. We out here repping that LB, rocking that MDMA all day, fellas.
And in studio today, we have the legend from Queens, repping Queens, Mikey D, a.k.a. Playboy Mikey. Welcome to the show,
Hey
my
yo,
bro.
hey yo, hey yo.
Peace,
What's
peace,
poppin',
God,
party
peace.
people? Yeah, yeah.
Energy's up today. We got a lot to get to. I got
Yeah,
2
buddy.
pages worth of research. VS
Facts.
got his 2 pages. And
Yeah,
we're going to
man.
get into 10 shots with VS at the end of the show. But before that, we got the legendary Mikey D. Over 30 years in the culture.
Facts.
That's a long time, brother.
Yeah.
That is a blessing.
That's a lifetime,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
You've lived with the culture and grown with the culture and grown yourself within the culture
Since its
and made it to today. Yeah, and you're still kicking ass. You got the new single out right now on all DSPs. Everybody make sure you go download it. Over 50 featuring Rob Swift. Make sure you go download all the albums we're going to get to.
Yeah.
2020's Drama Side, 2021 Day of Destruction returns. We're going to get into
Yeah.
Main Source. We're going to get into
Yeah.
some legendary hip-hop moments, adult contemporary rap, and the need for
Yeah.
the subculture.
Subgenre,
Make sure you're
baby.
following subgenre, subculture, all that
All
good
that.
stuff. Make sure you're following at Mikey D from Queens on Instagram and on. Make sure you're following Pastor Torch Radio and soon to come Pastor Torch TV. Make sure you're following at GAHHD_podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yes. Don't move to the middle too much. Gotcha. Let's start at the very, very, very beginning. You have the research. What was the name of the group that influenced?
The Cold Crush Brothers.
Cold
Supposedly
Crush.
You heard them, and then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what
It's
influ-
1979, man.
That's crazy.
In Queens,
On tape?
on a cassette.
tape,
my
of
man,
course.
my man D Money. His real name is Derek Parks, but you know we call him D Money.
Shout out to D Money.
He's originally from Harlem. His grandmother lived right next door to my grandmother in Laurelton, Queens.
Okay.
So D Money would visit Queens every summer. So this particular summer, he came to Queens with his big brother's boom box. And
Classic.
he had this cassette, you know, we all of us sitting on his mother's porch, grandmother's porch, and he popped in the tape, you know, telling us this is what's going on uptown
Right.
and in the Bronx. And my ears were virgin ears to what we know now as hip hop.
Right.
So on the tape, it was the Cold Crush, and I remember Grandmaster Caz was the one that stood out the most. I mean, they was dope with the routines and all of
Yeah.
that, but Grandmaster Caz just had this voice, and everything that he was spitting, I could identify with. I understood it, and it was like that. What is that? You know. So I fell in love with it from that point on. So later on that evening, when I went home, I wrote my very first rhyme. The rhyme that attracted me to Kaz was the rhyme he said about Yvette. So the rhyme that I wrote was about a girl named Kim. And I used Kaz's blueprint and told the story. Mine's was a little fabricated, fiction, you know,
course, yeah.
because I was, 13 years old. I wasn't
Okay.
getting none, but I was sure acting like it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And so my grandmother, my Nana, she was the first one that heard my first rhyme. So my grandmother actually gave me my cosign that I was good. She heard the
told you.
rhyme.
She gave it the thumbs up.
Yeah, she gave it the
That's
thumbs
good.
up. She
Even
said-
with the content of it.
Yeah, nah, but see, mine was a little more comical.
Okay,
It wasn't so
okay.
graphic.
Oh,
It was
okay.
funny.
So you
talking
flipped it.
about a mother throwing a biscuit that knocked me out and
Oh, okay.
all of that
Oh,
stuff.
so grandma liked that.
Yeah, she
relates to
liked
that.
it because it made her laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so that was my introduction and inception and the whole nine to hip hop. From that point on, I never looked back. I've been at it ever since.
Were you ever able to tell the Cold Crush brothers about that story?
I tell Kaz every time I see him.
Yeah.
Every time
That's
I see him.
beautiful.
Even before I knew him, you know, I mean, I was a fan. Now that I know him,
Yeah.
I'm still a fan.
Right.
Of course.
And I remind him every time that this is your fault, Grandmaster
Yeah,
Kaz.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
Grandmaster Kaz's fault and D Money's fault
Yeah.
for me being here today as a
Yeah.
hip hop artist. You know what I mean?
God bless them though.
God bless them both.
What I like is about the evolution of hip hop, right? As we saw it, it also evolved with the technology as we saw it. So they
Yeah.
happened to be birthed at the same time, right? So we grew up
Yeah.
with the boomboxes and the
Yeah.
cassette decks,
Right.
and we watched it evolve. But I think there's a certain aesthetic beauty
Of course.
to the boombox. Like, if you're from the first generation of hip hop, that's what you picture.
Yeah.
The hip hop.
Exactly. Yeah.
He got the
yeah.
boombox. He
Yeah.
got probably a spray can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably some shell toes,
Yeah,
and that was
yeah.
like the uniform.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess I missed that, right? Because now it's not. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess now they walk around with the little speakers, and
Bluetooth
shit.
and all of that.
Well,
And
basically,
it's
what he
equivalent.
described is the equivalent of us today or kids today sharing music. It's like, yo, check this
Yes,
shit out,
yes.
and
Right on their phone.
and they just boom, 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 and share it. Yo, check this song
But
out,
it's the
yo. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
easiness of it
Yeah.
kind of waters it down.
Of course, absolutely.
Like-
It's way different.
Yeah.
Like even to the I always tell the story when the day you showed me Takeover and you came to my house with the CD. You're like, yo, you gotta check this shit out. And that's when we heard it. But like you
And-
wouldn't have been able to like send it to me back then.
Right, and it was so important for me,
Just
for
to-
you to hear that,
Yeah.
that I think I was on a bike.
Yeah. Yeah. He was on a
So
bike.
that's
and
how.
Yeah.
Shh, you know what I'm
Yo,
saying, to
that's
my house.
crazy.
Yo, you gotta check this song out, yo.
Yeah.
This is Nas. I was like, oh shit. You know what
So
I mean? But that was,
for
yeah,
D Money came from Harlem
Yeah.
to Queens
with his boombox.
with his boombox
With his brother's
and his tape,
boombox.
and
You
his
gotta
brother's
remember,
boombox. So he probably stole it or borrowed it. You
there
know,
it is. There it is. Because
Without
what it
permission.
is D Money is the younger brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was in the house like us, while
Yeah.
big brother Mike
out
Action,
there.
he was at those spots. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and he was
okay.
getting those tapes and recording
Nice.
those joints. So
I remember too. Back then, those tapes weren't like just readily available.
Yeah,
Nah,
you could,
You
yeah.
wasn't getting them in any store. Or
you
whatever.
wasn't.
You had to get them from
you
the
had
source.
people there with their little JVC double speaker boxes, recording it straight from the air.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
They didn't have a tape deck
And
hooked
then-
up
and
to the
then
system.
dubbing
It
it.
was
Yeah.
dubbing it.
Yeah, so the
Yes,
sound
yeah.
quality wasn't even
Yes.
the best either.
No,
You had
but-
the crowd in the background.
Had
and
the
everything.
crowd and
Yeah.
everything, but you
Yeah.
knew that's what it was.
Of
You know?
course.
But that
it was
also
official.
gave it like,
It's authenticity.
yeah, like you hear the crowd get hyped.
So
Yeah.
it was dope. So you got to
Yeah.
remember, I'm hearing this before any records were out.
Yeah.
Fatback Band, Sugar Hill Gang, none of that was out yet.
That's crazy.
And I'm, you know what I mean? I'm already living
The-
it. Like,
the-
yeah,
the
this is what
itch
we
is
doing.
in.
This is what we doing. Word.
So right there, you started writing. You're
That was it.
13-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like 12 going on 13.
And from that point on, every day you're writing, mastering,
that was it.
practicing.
I used to walk around with plastic bags full of black and white composition books filled with rhymes. You know what I mean?
Same.
I was good at freestyling and all of that, but that came later on because when I first started, I wasn't drinking 40s or none of that. I was a sober little kid, like I'm a sober grown man now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my writing game was on point. I had so many rhymes that I could spit a rhyme. You would think it was a freestyle because I wrote about every topic imaginable.
Right, yeah.
So I had so many rhymes, and I had 5 subject notebooks with different subjects to rap about in each one. So, yeah, man.
And that was like, not only do you love it and you want to like, you can't stop yourself from writing it because you're just
Nah,
a
that's-
hip hop head.
yeah, that's what
But
I
that's
do.
also your practice. So you say I got better at freestyling later, but that's because you had 5 notebooks
But
worth
you
of
know
rap.
what
and
it is?
You're like practicing every day?
I think, well, like with time, everything changes. Like, you know, back in the days, we used to say, I'm on the down low. That meant I was out of sight, out of mind. You say you on the down low today, that means you in the closet or something like that. So I think the same thing happened with freestyle and off the top of the head. Because originally, when I was coming up, and what I understood was, a freestyle was a rhyme that could have been written, but it was a rhyme that no one has ever heard before.
Right.
It was, if cats was making records, right, and they came to a jam and somebody asked them to freestyle.
And they spit a record.
They couldn't spit rhymes from the record. They had to spit something that wasn't on the records. That was considered a freestyle.
Okay.
Off the top of the head
Totally,
was when you name something or rap about this and that. You know what I mean? So I think people kind of got that misunderstood. So I got good at off the top of the head rhyming when I started drinking 40s.
Oh,
That's
it opened the creative channel.
Get the juices flowing.
No doubt.
So when you're 13, 14, writing and all that stuff, is it just you? Or like your homies write also, everybody's writing?
Man, we started a group right then and there, man. Well, after I wrote the first rhyme, the next day I let the crew hear it and all of that. Everybody's excited, like, oh, he did it, he wrote a rhyme, I'm gonna write a rhyme too. You know what I mean? So it was myself, D Money, and my man Little B. Little B is Leon Taylor. Leon Taylor's big brother, Oliver, and D Money's big brother, Mike Action. They used to hang together. They had a crew called the Terrible Two. Back then, Terrible meant you was dope.
He was nice.
Terrible. Oh, he's terrible. It was the Terrible Two DJs. So they had the equipment downstairs in Leon's basement.
Okay.
They didn't have no crew though. It was just two DJs. So we started writing rhymes and routines. We acting like the Cold Crush with the routines, the harmonizers, and Force MCs harmonizing. So now it's Terrible Two and crew. We were the crew.
Right.
It was Playboy Mikey D, Ever-Loving Kid Ice, and Lovable Little B. You know what I mean? And then we branched off and just started making cassette tapes in my man Dave Moore's sun porch, and we were just the Grandmaster 3. Grandmaster 3, Grandmaster Kaz, Grandmaster.
Exactly.
So we were the Grandmaster 3, and we put Johnny Quest down with us. He wasn't DJ Johnny Quest at the time. He was DJ Slick C. I don't know where that came from because he don't have no C in his name and his real name or none of that. His name is Johnny Falcone. What is Slick C? Slick Cookie? That's what D Money used to say. What is that? Slick Cookie? But so that's how that went down. We all wrote.
I have a great appreciation for early hip hop names.
Yeah.
Mike Action, I love that name.
Hell yeah. That's a dope ass
Mike
name.
Action. Mike Action.
Now, nowadays, I don't know if y'all keep up with like younger rappers.
Well,
but
they're all little.
They got a lot of numbers in their names. They be like Killer G 657, and you be like, that's your rap name?
Yeah, I know what you're
And they got
Give me Mike Action on
They got a lot of Lils in there.
Lils,
Lil Big Man, Lil Man,
Lil 7'4".
Yeah, but I mean it's cool. To each his own.
No, God bless them all. But I love like the descriptive. What was the name you just said for the 3-man group? It was Playboy Mikey, Lovable
Little B,
Lovable Lil B,
Ever-Loving Kid Ice.
And y'all was the Grandmaster.
We were the Grandmaster 3.
Grandmaster. Did y'all get any pushback on that? Because I know back in the days,
biting. Yeah.
No, not only that, you couldn't just proclaim yourself a Grandmaster.
Nah, we were from Queens, man, and we
good.
were kids. You got to remember, we were kids, man. Right. So for us to even be doing it, the older cats gave us respect. Like, wow, these little is doing their thing. You know what I mean? So. You know, whatever was going on in the Bronx and all of that was going on, we wasn't aware of it. We was just familiar with the tapes. We wasn't familiar with the culture at the time. We just knew that's what we wanted to do, you know.
And the culture was infant.
Yeah. It was a baby.
Yeah.
I would say I'm like a third generation hip hopper, because the first generations, it's like the, I would say the Grandmaster Kaz's, the Busy Bees and the Coke Rocks and all of them. Then when it crossed the bridge into Queens, the older cats was doing it before us, and then we picked up on it. But we didn't pick up on it from Queens artists. We picked up on it from the Bronx and the Harlem artists like Treacherous 3 and all of them. You know what I mean? We didn't even know we had groups like that in Queens until I met the Clientele Brothers.
Right.
You know, I opened my ears to more. Like, I thought it was just in the Bronx. I thought we was the only ones doing it in Queens.
Right.
But then we met the Clientele Brothers and Rappamatical cats from the neighborhood. Because remember, we wasn't outside walking up and down the boulevard and all of that. We still young, so we still on the block. We still playing two-hand touch and freeze tag and
All on the
round
block,
up.
yeah.
You know what I mean? We didn't have the video games and all
yeah.
that, so we was outside every day.
Yeah.
You know, and we were good kids and stuff like that. But yeah. That's
And
how
back
it
then
went.
we were so segregated. Like the Bronx was like a whole different world.
Yeah, it was
Exactly,
definitely,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Brooklyn was like
Definitely.
a different planet.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
That's awesome though. Like
Because
the way that music was shared was the hood, like
that, and then
the
like you just
pre-internet.
said, everybody was its own entity. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
had the Bronx, they sounded like the Bronx. Brooklyn cats sounded like Brooklyn cats. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Queens
yep,
sounded like Queens.
yep.
You know what
But
I mean?
even Queens, Mikey D's telling us that back then the segregation was so real that you didn't even know other parts of Queens
I didn't.
was getting busy.
I had no clue, man. I found out after the Clientele Brothers and Rappamatical and all of that, and once I, started rocking with the Clientele Brothers, very young. We used to do this place called the Racket Club. It was on Springfield Boulevard. It was a tennis court owned by I think it was these were some big names too. Bumpy and somebody else. Oh my God. Anyway, long story short, they used to have these hip hop events there. So people from the Bronx, like the Cold Crush, Funky Four, and all of them would come down. But then we had the Clientele Brothers. We had Rappamatical 5. We had Romantic Lovers. These guys were from Queens. We had Quicksilver and the Super Lover MCs. Now, mind you, Quicksilver and the Super Lover MCs, they had a brother down with them called Playboy and another brother called Kid something, who later became Kid and Play.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So I knew them before
Yeah.
the popularity, but these cats was from Queens and they was super nice. That's when I started saying, wow, Queens is definitely, you know what I mean? We doing our
something
thing.
crazy.
So this is before Run DMC. I wasn't familiar. Run DMC wasn't even out yet, to be honest with
Right.
you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the big cats, they weren't out yet. You know what I
Right.
mean? No LLs,
Yeah,
no
nah, that didn't
Coogee
exist, yeah.
raps, none of that.
That's crazy.
So
To predate
it was
that, wow.
groups. It was groups. And by the way, the dress code back then was unisons.
But in the group.
yeah.
You know,
everybody
it
dressed
was
the
like
same.
a lot-
we all had to say.
Yeah,
It was like very Motown influenced in the early
absolutely,
stages.
Right.
absolutely.
Even the
Temptations, the Drifters,
the harmonies, the
dance
routines,
steps, all of that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
You can see where
absolutely.
they was getting that from. They were just throwing it in the hip hop.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm gonna tell you, I remember when it started changing, and I think the Clientele Brothers was the first one that I saw come out of those uniforms and just dress regular and just
Just
be
normal.
like, oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Eddie OJ used to rock the leather vest with some shorts, flexing muscles. I'm like, oh, he chilling. That's fine, you know.
Yeah.
Then I remember my man Leon. His name is Lover Love from the Professional 5. Broke out with the Kango and the Adidas sweatsuits.
Oh, wow.
I looked at the Kango, and this was a tall, skinny, light-skinned brother. Had all the girls, and I was a little skinny, light-skinned dude. And I was like, yo, that Kango looking kind of fly.
Yeah.
Oh, he got it. So I remember I went and got a Jordan sweatsuit, a pair of Jordans, and a red Kango.
Killing them.
Because of Love. But that was the dress code back then. GAHHDcast. The gods used to wear the Kangos and mock necks. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
Yeah, so word up.
That's when the culture started like dictating fashion, as well,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Thankfully, because when it started, like, not when it started, but let's take Melle Mel for example.
Man, let's not take Melle Mel. We do not want to do the YMCA.
That's what I mean. We didn't want that to be the dress code of the culture.
Yeah,
we would have been a
exactly,
funky culture. No disrespect.
Yeah, nah, that was that
But
thing.
I'm
Because they
glad
were
that-
dressing like Funkadelic.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
crazy crazy.
they
I'm
was
glad
at
that they
Bambaataa
we
and
built
all of
our
them was
own.
going crazy.
Yeah,
man.
that was
Like,
the thing.
if that
like-
would have been, if we would have evolved from that, God
Nah,
knows
nah.
what we'd be wearing today.
But it's like he said, like people from the actual hood actually started,
Yeah,
moving, and they were
Yeah.
like I always said, man, hip hop is always gonna be the purveyors of cool. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
yeah.
It's just now it's watered down, commercialized, right?
Well,
it's for the money.
That's the rap aspect.
Yeah,
That's
the rap-
not hip hop
yeah,
as a
yeah.
whole. That's just the rap
True,
the
aspect.
commercial.
They
The
commercialized it, and,
commercialized
Yeah.
rapper.
turned it
Commodified it.
corporate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They saw the dollar, and
they commodified it.
that's what happened.
And you can't blame them.
I'm not mad.
You gotta,
I blame us.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes we got to
we
take
gave it away.
We got to take responsibility for our actions, and we got to understand our worth early.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think the elders understood the worth of what they were doing. You know what I mean? And it's
They
okay.
had no idea probably.
Yeah,
that
it's okay. It's okay.
This baby was gonna be the $1 billion
The
baby.
exactly, but somebody else did. You know what I mean? Hey,
Somebody saw it early,
facts.
wisely. Speaking of that, real quick on a side note, I don't know if y'all heard about this, but you know who Tommy Richmond is?
Yeah.
The $1 Million Baby singer.
Yeah.
So he put out a tweet where he stated very candidly, I am not a hip hop artist.
Okay.
And it got me to thinking, right? Hip hop, the culture, to me has always been welcoming
Mm-hmm.
and open armed to almost anyone, regardless of
Yeah.
race or where you come from, where you start,
Yeah.
whatever. We accept and propel people.
Right.
And then they turn around and shit on the culture.
Facts.
You know, is there a what? I guess my question is there a way that hip hop culture can go back to being gate kept? Or are we so far beyond
Nah, because
that
everything.
possibility? Did the internet ruin that? Did we ourselves ruin that? Can we take back control?
I think the fact that it's commodified, the fact that it's about the money. It's not about
Facts.
anything else. It's not about anything else except the money, the sales, the numbers. That's what it's about. It's a numbers game now. It's not long. It's no longer about the artistry, being cool, looking cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that. No
But
more.
if we don't support it, the numbers will not be where they want.
I
them
get
to
what you're
be.
saying though. Yeah. Because you're right. There are a lot of people actually like that record, and it was cool. It was played on hip hop
like a
radio
top record,
stations
yeah.
and all that shit. Yeah, it was considered a hip hop record.
I think that's the problem. That
Yeah.
because we don't own the hip hop stations anymore, they play whatever they're told to play, regardless of its genre, and then we.
No, I think it's because it sounds a certain way. They're gonna label it that.
You think that's a hip hop song?
What?
$1 Million Baby?
More R&B than anything else.
Yeah, I agree. So that was just a side note
Yeah.
on the.
Because y'all lost me. I'm like, $1 Million who?
Yes, it was a big song over the summer,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
didn't even like the song, and I
Yeah,
never
like-
once thought it was hip hop.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Right, he knows what I'm talking about, right? He
I
knows
never
yeah.
that thought never crossed my mind.
Don't talk to him.
No, my bad.
He's not there. He's not
We're
there.
talking about Calcutta, y'all. The party.
Shout out to Calcutta.
Shouts to Calcutta in the building, baby.
So let's go real quick before we move on. Do you still have any of those original notebooks? Any of those composition books?
I
that you
actually
carry
have.
around?
I do have one, and my man Tough Time, we call Elron, the sound master or something. He has a few of my rhyme books that I
Yeah,
left
nice.
over there a few drunk sessions ago. You know what I mean? You know,
Would you ever like display them or maybe give them to like a museum or something?
that would be kind of dope.
Yeah.
That would
Hell
be
yeah.
dope. But I mean, anything's possible. You know what I mean?
If somebody comes asking.
Yeah.
So to my museum people, hip hop
yeah,
museum.
we got like 5 books, man.
we
books
got
of
some
rhymes.
potential.
I gotta go
relics,
through them
some
first though to
classics.
make
Oh,
sure
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean. Because since we done simplified this hip hop game, I might be able to use some of them today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Only give them what you want them to get. Another thing, real quick, before we move on, I like to go back to the names. You've said a lot of names since we started talking, and I like that so many of them included the word love.
Yeah.
Like hip hop originated from love,
Love,
and
peace, and happiness.
unity and unifying. So one day, hopefully, we'll get back to that. Let's move
up.
on to what came before Mikey D and the LA Posse.
Clientele Brothers.
The Clientele Brothers, we spoke on
yeah,
them.
we
Yeah, we
spoke
spoke
on
on
them.
them.
Let's get on-
Let me break that down real quick.
Yeah, please.
Excuse me, y'all. Taking
Nah,
a
nah,
sip
you
of this
cool.
beautiful life water.
Stay hydrated, baby.
Hint, hint. Sounds like a sponsorship.
Yes, sir.
So now, like when I mentioned the Clientele Brothers, like I said, I didn't realize that there was such great rap artists in our neighborhood until we started hearing about Clientele Brothers, Rappomatical. So we heard the tapes, this, that, and the other. Now, mind you, coming up, the younger artists from the neighborhood, they might have been a little older than us, but the artists from the neighborhood wanted to be like the Clientele Brothers. Because these brothers, they had it all. They had the dress code, they were cool, they had the women. Like, well, I won't, I might be snitching right now, but this is 40 years later. But yeah, they had the girls. All right, they had the girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were super cool, and they were not only good with the harmonies, they were lyrically dope. I'm talking about on another level of dope. This was like Kumo D, Grandmaster Caz dope, and they all in the same group.
Wow.
Like, yo, this is crazy. So anyway, the younger cats wanted to be like them. And then one time, I was messing with this girl named Lisa. Lisa's brother, his name is Steady B, Bubbles we call him. Steady B, if anybody from Lawton or Queens is out here, y'all remember Bubs that used to do the wheelies for miles and miles and miles. But anyway, I used to go with his sister. So one day, I rapped for him. And he got on the phone with Eddie OJ and told Eddie OJ to come down the block. Now, Eddie OJ is the Clientele Brother capo. So he told him to come down the block. I got somebody you need to hear, or whatever, right? So now, oh shit, I'm about to meet Eddie OJ. What? Oh,
Your heart
I'm a
gotta be
little
pumping.
dude, you know what I mean? So OJ came down with his cool self and all of that, and I started rapping for him, and it was off to the races after that. He took me under his wing. He was like, yo, you down with the Clientele Brothers now. We do practice such and such and such and such. He took me to the crib down the block. In the basement, they had all of the setup, you know what I mean? The practice, mic stands, speakers, and all of that. I was like, oh.
It looked official.
Yeah. So now I'm down with them. And I said, can my DJ be down too? Can my DJ be down? Because Quest and me the same age. And as nice as I was on the mic, he was on those turntables.
Nice.
Dope. So he put Johnny Quest down. So we were the new Clientele Brothers. And from that point on, off to the races. And thanks to the Clientele Brothers, Will Seville and Eddie OJ, with a sprinkle of Grandmaster Caz and Mo D, is what you have in front of you right now. My style developed from a combination of those four. Most of the inspiration coming from Eddie OJ and Will Seville, but Grandmaster Caz is a sprinkle of him and a sprinkle of Mo D. And that's, all four of those is what makes a Mikey D today.
Nice.
Word.
How did you feel that day when you got inducted into the Clientele Brothers? As a young
dude?
Yeah.
How old were you back then? Were you like
Now
13,
about 14. I was about, because I was rhyming 12, 13. The year later, about 14, going on 15. Young.
There you go.
I was,
excited.
yo, it was better than a record deal, bro. It was better than anything. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
And I actually made my first record when I was with the Clientele Brothers. We made a record on Nia Records before Molly Scratch came out on Nia. We worked with the twins, the Aleems. They had Release Yourself. I think that was one of the songs. And Be Yours Tonight. Heavy D. I got nothing but love for you, baby. He used it, but we did it first.
Okay.
And this is when Jesse Jackson was running for president the first time. And we made a song called Jesse, You're Number One. And if you look it up on YouTube, they didn't call us the Clientele Brothers, they called us TSOB Crew, the Sounds of Brooklyn, for some reason. But it was the Clientele Brothers. So yeah, on Nia Records, Jesse, You're Number One. But yeah, that's how that went down.
Damn, I'm insulted for you, bro.
Yeah.
But when I found out I was down with them, my head was humongous.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I wore Eddie OJ's. He had the Clientele Brothers jacket. It said OJ on the front, but it said Clientele Brothers on the back. Man, I wore that to school. And they was going crazy, man. And the jacket was big, and I had it folded up. My arms looked like bell bottoms. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy time, man. But I was proud.
That's beautiful,
That's crazy,
man.
yo.
To know that was the part of the inception, and to experience that young, right? Because young, and in that time frame, you're only trying to get love. Well, not only, but like the OG love is something you seek.
Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah, most
OG
definitely.
approval.
And I'm glad you brought DJ Quest, bro.
Johnny Quest, yeah.
That's big. A lot
That's
of
my
people,
right man.
a lot of people,
Yeah.
you know, they might forget.
Or just might move on and be like, no, you know,
Nah,
I'll circle
nah.
back.
I'll come back for you. I'll come back for you.
I'll
Me
circle
and
back.
Johnny Quest started together. You know what I'm saying? With the Grandmaster 3, we started together. Like D Money and Little B, they went to do other things. Like Boo became, well, that's Little B, Boo, Leon. He went to the military, to the Navy. Did all of his years in the Navy, came home. Then he went to, because his father was a CO, a captain on Rikers Island.
Oh, damn.
He followed his pop's footsteps, became a CO,
Dang.
became a captain. Now he's retired and watching me. You know what I mean? Just make sure you don't forget me, Mikey D. You know, and D Money, he went on to do other things as well. He became a road manager. He road managed a couple of the greats, Jadakiss and a few other people. But like right now, he's on a podcast with T Money. You know T Money that used to be with MTV with Dr. Dre and that lover. Yo, MTV rap. T Money got the T Money podcast joint now, and D Money is his partner over there. So
T Money and D Money.
yeah, T Money and D Money, them jive turkeys.
All right, so let's get to Mikey D and the LA Posse.
LA Posse. Oh, but that's the thing. LA Posse got a lot of pushback for that after a while, but
Because of the name?
yeah, well, originally when we were coming up, our crew was called Boom Bash. Anybody from Queens, they remember Boom Bash. It wasn't really a gang, it was a crew of protectors of what a gang is supposed to be, protecting the neighborhood.
Yep.
These guys didn't use guns, they didn't use knives. They were very fit. So you got Calcutta over here. Imagine 50 Calcuttas running up on you.
Yeah, it's bad news.
No thanks.
So this is how these guys was: Supreme, Pitbull, Knockout, you know, Big John,
The name alone.
Suplex, you had Suplex, Lockjaw. Yo,
Nah, I'm good.
so
I'll behave, bro.
so that was the crew.
Yeah.
You know, you had the Hollis crew. In Hollis, Laurelton had Boom Bash.
Right.
Now, during the 80s, early 80s, there were a lot of park jams. That's where I got my reputation from. You know what I mean? From being an aggressive battle rapper in the park jams. So my mouth was so big that when they heard me on tape, they thought it was some big dude. But I was a little dude, but I used to run my mouth. I knew that verbal judo. You know what I mean? But I didn't have nobody to back me up if stuff was to hit the fan. But because I was from the neighborhood, these dudes took a liking to me, like, yo, this is our little man right here. You know, we used to all meet up at Pop and Kim's. You know what I mean? This is where everybody was at. So whenever there was a jam, my boys used to roll with me. So now I got 30 brothers from Boom Bash with me, and I'm the voice of that. You know what I mean? So that was the original crew, Boom Bash. We were like, if we do anything, that's gonna be our name. Now, when we met with Paul C's cousin Jimmy lived around our way. We were already working with somebody named Professor KB, Ray Romaine. We were working with him. And Jimmy told Will Seville and Eddie OJ that they need to meet his cousin, Paul, or whatever. So they met him, they did some tapes, they let me hear the tapes, and I'm like, oh, that's dope, that's dope, you know what I mean? We want to meet him. So Paul C lived in Rosedale. So Laurelton is, what's that?
Little theme music.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So Laurelton is right here, right? I'm glad you got this music because now I can really get into it. So Laurelton's right here, right? And you got Rosedale right here. It's really walking distance from where we were. So we took a long walk, right? Stopped at the store first, got us a quarter beer, just to walk down 225th to hit 147th where Paul C lived. You know what I mean? So so we got to Paul C's crib and we walked around to the side of the house. And his garage was open, and all we heard was beats coming out of the garage. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. So we went in the yard. Next thing you know, Paul C comes out. And then the music stopped. Stop it!
Stop it!
I was gonna say stop the music because when he came out, It was a white guy.
Right.
Oh,
At
shit.
this time, a white producer
Yeah, it was
wasn't heard of.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, Rick Rubin, but nobody knew he was producing
yeah,
at the
exactly.
time. This, that, and the other. And when we saw Paul, we was like, oh shit, you did all that?
Yeah.
And it was fire. So right after that, me and Quest started going over there making tapes and all of that because Eddie OJ and Will Seville and them, they were getting older and we were getting more, we were digging deeper into the culture and trying to make records now. Seville and them had jobs now and stuff like that, so they were kind of transitioning into adulthood.
Yeah.
And we were transitioning into teens, trying to get it. So I wound up getting the manager and all of that, Arthur Armstrong.
For you as a solo act,
It
or
was for us as a group, Boom Bash.
yeah.
for the whole group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You, Johnny Quest.
Me,
and
Johnny
Paul
Quest, and Paul. Because this is before, we were making demos in Paul's garage. Then people didn't know that. See, a lot of people got introduced to Paul C because he was a great engineer. He had this engineer's
Yeah,
ear that was
exactly,
incredible.
yeah.
They didn't know he produced as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when he got the job at 1212, the music studio in Jamaica, Queens, in the music building, anytime that studio wasn't booked, late nights, Johnny Quest, me, and Paul, we were in there. And when we were recording, there was this little guy with these damn glasses in there taking notes too.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was at the time, but I found out later down the line. But so anyway, we wound up getting a record deal from a label called Public Records. And they wanted us, blah, blah, blah. But they said there would be a problem. No, first they said they wanted me the Mikey D name to stick out. So Quest and Paul agreed to it. So we were like, what about Mikey D and Boom Bash? Because that's our crew.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's Lawton, it's Boom Boom. They was like, nah, because the streets, you know, Boom Bash the name was up in the streets.
yeah.
So they thought it would be a bad business decision
Right.
to have that
To associate
attached
that.
to us.
Yeah.
So
Especially if they're out there kicking ass.
yeah, it was
They was
So-
boom bashing motherfuckers.
Boom Bash for real. So we were like, what about LA Posse? Because everybody from Queens knows Laurelton
As LA.
is LA.
Right. I was gonna ask you, but I figured it out.
and at the time, your posse was your crew.
Right.
There's Boom Bash, LA Laurelton Posse. So we went with that. Everything was gravy. Everything was great. We didn't have no problems until we got to Sleeping Bag Records. Then we had a problem. Because there's another LA Posse on the scene, and these guys is from Los Angeles. And who did they produce? Ladies Love Cool J.
Right.
So now these guys are on his album. We out there bubbling and doing our thing
Right.
anyway.
Right.
But these guys are with Def Jam. Def Jam is newly under the umbrella of Columbia, so they are no longer the big independent label. They are under a major umbrella,
distributor.
while I'm still dealing with a real independent,
Right.
Sleeping Bag Records. So we didn't have that lawyer money
Yeah.
that Columbia had. So what did they do to dismantle our crew? Let's sue them for the name.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Sleeping Bag didn't have the resources to
Counter the suit.
to counter that.
Right.
And we weren't hip enough to the business aspect of it to know to trademark our name.
Right.
We didn't do that. These guys did that. Now, mind you, we were first. They even said, I saw it on interviews where the guy said Jam Master Jay gave them that name. Now, if Jam Master Jay gave you that name during this time, we were already out there. So there's no way we could have copied off of yours. And then one of the guys had the nerve to say, I didn't know what their LA stood for. It stood for Laurelton? That doesn't mean LA. Like, what? You ain't from Queens. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what happened. We wound up, you know,
Losing the name.
giving up the name, and that pissed us off.
I can imagine.
But then at the same exact time, we had the unexpected demise of Paul. Paul gets killed. At the same time, we're going through all this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So basically, that's what my hiatus came
I was
about.
gonna say, yeah, I knew
Yeah.
you took a hiatus, and that's
Yeah,
why.
because it was too much going on. The game was changing. It was becoming gangster rap.
Yeah, it was
You know what I
sounding
mean?
different.
And now I could have talked gangster rap because everybody that I ran with was gangsters. Just because I'm not a gangster don't mean I can't talk about it. I see it every day and I'm a good writer. So I'm a good reporter. You know what I mean? But this wasn't me. It didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? And we lost Paul. And then you got these dudes and me and Elle going through our thing at the same time. And I had a daughter and yo, bro, it was crazy at the time.
It's a lot of life happening. At
Yeah,
one
like,
point.
yeah, and I was heavy into the well, not the alcohol. All I could do was say the beer.
Yeah.
You know, because I couldn't drink Henny because that made me too drunk. I didn't like weed. I was too paranoid. So I used to drink.
The ice cold 40s?
Ice cold 40s from Pop and Kim.
From Pop and
Let me
Kim.
tell you,
That's Pop and
I
Kim.
think I may have made them millionaires. I should have stakes in that. That's why I'm making a new album called Pop and Kim. We gotta make some of that money back, Kim.
Yeah, we got to get back
But,
from the 40s.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, that's why I had to fall back, man. It was too much going on at once, and I couldn't handle it. I probably would have self-destructed.
Yeah. And the hiatus lasted about 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, I tried to get away from it, but hip hop is like a crack pipe, man. It keeps
Back.
calling you back.
Were you itching to write in that?
I never
3-year
stopped
phase?
writing. Writing is my therapy. Anytime something is on my mind that I don't feel that I can talk to people about, I express it through writing. And then it eventually comes out through the words.
That's bugged out. That a lot of rappers are introverted in that way.
Right.
And that, you know, their true emotions, they can only express to themselves through the pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I used to be able to do it with my mom, but once I lost her,
Yeah.
I didn't have anyone to turn to. Like, I didn't trust nobody. I didn't care who it was. She was the only one that I had that special connection to that I could open up to and spill everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Then after that, it's like I had it all bottled up in me for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
dangerous.
But then I started releasing it again. But yeah, 89. It was 89 that we lost Paul and everything started spiraling out of control. So from 89, and my daughter was born in 89 too. Word. So it was just crazy. So I had to try to get away and I wound up going down to Miami, you know. And
Of all places.
why I do that? You feel me? Me and my boy Terry. And what's his name? Loverboy TC.
here we
In
go.
Miami, in 89, 90.
Bruh.
Miami was a different world back then.
Yeah.
Not that I would know, obviously, but
Yo,
from what I've seen.
it was beautiful, man.
That was blooming.
We were
over
right there in Broward County is where we lived, not too far from South Beach where the strip was. And we actually lived right down the block and around the corner from Brother Marquise from the 2 Live crew.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So we got introduced with him.
Nice.
Everything was cool. Terry used to hang out with him because, blunts, I ain't really with that. But then we had this lawyer, Jonathan, whatever his name was. Jonathan. Can't remember, because now that's gonna be stuck on my head. But it wasn't the manager, it was our lawyer, boom, boom, boom. We had gotten a contract from Luke and them, actually, because we met Luke at Pac Jam. Pac Jam was one of the clubs that he used to have, and we did a performance there. At this
You
time,
performed at Pac Jam? I've heard about the legendary Pac
Pac
Jam
Jam.
with the sweating walls and the wall of pure speakers only.
yeah. See, now, when we went down there, I didn't go as Mikey D. I switched my name to Cordless Mike. And Loverboy TC switched his name to CeeLo. So it was Cordless Mike and CeeLo, and the name of the crew was Mask Confusion. We wore masks, so nobody would know we was from New York and all of that, and we rapped the Miami bass cadence. We didn't rap because they couldn't stand cats from New York at the time.
Hell no.
So we did the Miami bass. She wanted to cut a mouthful that she wanted. We was doing all of that. We had the girls up there with the fake guns and all of this, and they liked it. You feel me? So we get this contract and we give it to our lawyer, Jonathan Black. That was his name. So he tells us that the contract is no good, but the music is. So he starts the damn label just to put our music out, And the name of the label is Magnum Records. And the song we came out with was called Put Your Body in Motion. And we changed the name from Mass Confusion to No Strings Attached. Because there was no strings attached.
And who was producing this? Because now it's a Miami sound.
Well, Put Your Body in Motion really wasn't the Miami sound. It was more of a clubby type of thing.
Like a
because
dancey?
the person that produced it, his name is Linwood Ross. He used to run a band that used to play at this club called Facade.
Out there?
Yeah.
there, yeah.
You don't remember the Facade?
the Facade, no.
Ooh-wee. This was the nightlife of nightlives.
Yeah.
I don't know
But
about
for adults.
Yeah.
Because Pac Jam was for
Pac
teens.
Jam was for the teens.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Facade was for everybody. I'm talking about the flashing lights and motherfuckers voguing
was
and shit.
real-
But they
real
was
Miami
girls.
shit.
But they was girls. They was
yeah.
girls. They
No
was
guys was
girls.
fucking.
Nah, yeah, you know, no offense, but
yeah.
So Linwood Ross produced Put Your Body in Motion. I gotta send that to y'all. I know I got it somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah.
When you changed the names to No String Attached, did you also change the presentation of it? Like the mask portion? And
Yeah, we
girls
took
with
the mask off.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We dressed like. we had the polka dots on and all that. I think this is.
That was in though.
I think.
If it was 89-ish, 90-ish.
Yeah, 89. We had the
Yeah.
polka dots.
That was in, and then Kwame
had-
made it.
Yeah, he made it cool.
Not so
bigger
cool
thing,
anymore.
yeah.
I had my hair out, you know, curly and stuff.
Oh shit.
You know, but yeah, it was
Was it
was
dripping?
cool. Nah, it didn't drip. I ain't have the Jerry juice in there. I had the Mikey Naturals.
But then wait, we skipped then. The hiatus started in
89.
89. All right, so we skipped over the 1998 New Music Seminar
Oh, the
Battle
88.
for World
Yeah.
Supremacy.
88.
Damn, that's a hell of a title.
So 88 is when I got with Sleeping Bag. This is prior to us going through the problems with
the LA
other-
Posse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happened in 89.
Yeah.
88 is when we actually signed. We got a deal with Sleeping Bag Records. And the funny thing about it is, I don't know how we got that deal. Tila Rock always takes credit for it. Tila Rock says he's the one that talked to Mantronics about me, this, that, and the other. And then well, it could have been between the two of them, because Mantronics, I know, him and Tricky T were going through problems at that time. Tricky T was the original rapper from Mantronics.
Mantronics, yeah.
And he was looking for a new rapper. And this is prior to Bryce Wilson becoming that lead rapper for Mantronics. So they wanted to put me in that spot with Mantronics, but I couldn't do it. Again, I got Johnny Quest
Right.
and I got Paul C. My loyalty,
Yeah,
Right.
as it should be.
I had to bring them. You know what I mean? So they gave us our own deal, this, that, and the other. And
With Sleeping Bag Records,
Sleeping Bag,
but they were established already.
they were
Or-
popping.
Okay.
Sleeping Bag, it was Sleeping Bag / Fresh. These labels. So Sleeping Bag had a lot of the club acts on there. Nucera, Joyce Sims. But they also had EPMD before they went over to Def Jam. You
Damn.
had Tila Rock.
Where were they based out of?
In Manhattan on
okay.
West 26th Street or something like that. Wow. But actually, Wild Pitch had an office here. Cold Chillin' was right across the hall on the next floor. You know what I mean? In the same building.
right,
So, yeah. So they had a nice. Matter of fact, Craig Mack was with Sleeping Bag too when they were Easy and Troop. It was MC Easy and DJ Troop. Craig Mack had a song called Zoom, 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 Zoom. It was called Get Retarded. You know what I'm saying? Before he got with Bad Boy. Because Sleeping Bag sent me, Johnny, and Paul to California with Easy and Troop. And who was our opening act?
King Just? No.
King Just.
Yeah?
King Just
From the
from
Wu-Tang.
Staten Island?
Uh-huh.
Oh, from Staten Island. Yeah, from
Staten Island.
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
was with us out there. So
Nice.
anyway, boom. That's how that went. But as far as the 1988 New Music Seminar, now this is a
Where was this?
Where did it take place?
LA?
this is in
Rico,
Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
Oh, in
The
Manhattan.
New Music Seminar, yeah, Tom Silverman of Tommy Boy Records. He used to put this 3-day event on every year.
Oh, wow.
It's a 3-day event. You got your battle for DJs supremacy, battle for MC supremacy, and there are also networking things going on. Parties every night, parties everywhere, and artists, you know, just being able to mingle amongst each other.
Right.
And these were artists from all over the country, not just New York. These all over the country. They came from everywhere.
So it was important to be there.
It was absolutely
the
the place
internet
to be.
before the internet.
That was the place to be. And we talking about before the smack era,
Before
with
any
this
of that
battle
shit.
rap.
Yeah.
This battle rap right here was the truth, because we didn't have 3 months to prep for our opponent. We didn't know who our opponent was gonna be, and we didn't battle one person that night.
Right, it was like
we
a
battled.
tournament.
We battled one person in the preliminary, and then that decided if you won the preliminary challenge, that got you eligible for the real seminar, which was the next day. So you had to do that. But so what happened is, Sleeping Bag signed me off of my reputation in the streets as this battle rapping guy.
Right.
This guy is walking.
And you had tapes out, right?
I had a cassette tape out with Johnny Quest. We had a joint called Here's Johnny. That made us hood celebrities overnight. It was like a platinum tape. We didn't even sell, you know, but it made its marks. Then when we started rocking in the park jams, they used to record those park jam tapes, and them tapes started
Traveled the
going
world.
around.
Yeah.
And me, I was traveling on the train. I got tired of our block. I got tired of our borough. I got tired of our state. I just started battling anywhere there was a cipher, anywhere there was an MC, anywhere there was hip hop.
Now you're going
on.
and looking for
I'm
it.
looking for it. I'm 50 Cent before 50 Cent. I was the one, I was the original troll.
That's that Queen shit.
Yo, I'm telling you, I'm the original troll, because anybody that came out with a record, I attacked.
Nice.
You know what I mean? I attacked. And not just on records, I'm talking about live. I'm coming to your event and I'm gonna embarrass you. If I catch you at my event, I'm gonna embarrass you. We're gonna battle. So that reputation really got me out there, and Sleeping Bag wound up signing me because of that reputation.
Right.
So they were like, all right, this guy's some battle guy. We didn't even finish our single yet, and they was like, yo, let's put him in the seminar.
Right.
I didn't know.
Because it's like a boxing promoter. Now they got a fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, like, oh, we got a champ
But
now.
check this out. So mind you, that's 1988. 1987, before we left Public Records, I had a record called I Get Rough. The last couple of lines in that record was, I said, I don't wear a lot of gold and I don't drive a car. My muscles ain't large, but my pockets are. People see me on the street and treat me just like a star. I don't even have to practice for the seminar. I said that in 87.
Right.
88, I had no idea they was gonna enter me into the seminar.
Right. But you called it.
Yeah.
And I didn't practice for the seminar. I did not practice for the
But you've
seminar.
been practicing because
I've been
you out there
because
headhunting.
I was doing it live. I was on site. So they entered me into the new music seminar battle for World Supremacy as an MC. And I won.
Do you remember how many contestants there were?
Bro,
Like-
the first battle was with my man from Queens, Mr. X. He had that record out. You know I drink old gold. He did yeah, it was like, I ain't no joke. No, and you know I got soul, like Rakim, but he did a parody, and it was like, you know I drink old gold, Mr. X and Mr. Z. That was the name of the crew. Okay. But I battled him in the preliminary.
Smoked him?
Yeah, well, I won. You know, but that was my man. You know what I mean?
You
So I didn't go in.
too hard.
Yeah, we just compared notes. That's what I call it. Instead of battle, we just compared notes. Hopefully, the judge will think, you know, boom. But then after that, the next day, there were, I can't even count how many. I know King's son was in there. I battled him. I battled Bango from Cleveland. There was mad people, Jesus Christ. But I can't remember all of the names, especially any of them that holds weight like now. I know Search was in it, but me and Search didn't have to cross paths. two Queens cats.
But there was a lot of people that would become legends.
Yeah,
in
man.
this battle.
Yo, yeah. And I had to go through them.
Unknowingly at the time, you know what I mean?
Facts. I had to go through at least 10.
And you did the preliminary one day.
Yeah.
And the battle the next day.
The real
But what
battles.
happened between then? Because you said there was a lot of parties.
Oh yeah, I was at trying to hit every. We was outside all night. Yo, and mind you, Boom Bash was with me, you know, during the partying and all of that. We had different clubs getting in free. Oh, yo, Mike, I'm performing at certain spots. We got a new single coming out, and you know, so it was lit. But then it was time to make it back to the Marriott Marquis the next morning.
That's what I'm thinking. You're not tired, your voice not out.
Yo, and it wasn't like the label gave us a room or anything in the Marriott Marquis. We had to jump on the train back to Queens that night, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Bro, let me tell you something. The only way Melle Mel was able to do what he did is because my crew, thank God, couldn't get up the next day. They was sleeping. Because had I had my crew in that building, when that event took place, what transpired between him and I.
But I don't know what transpired.
Bro.
I know you beat him.
Bro, there was...
in the finals, I'm assuming.
Much love to Melle Mel. I'm glad it's over. It's over. It's water under the bridge. But thank God my crew wasn't there. I was there by myself with Johnny Quest. 2 young guys, you know what I'm saying? Not looking for no drama. We just here to represent.
Yeah.
What happened is after I went through all of the artists that I was supposed to go through, we were supposed to do a demonstration. This year's champion rapping with last year's champion, which was Melle Mel. He was the 87
he won 87,
champion,
okay.
right? I was with it because I already got the belt now.
Right.
I got the belt. Like, yeah, I'm with it. Yeah, we can rock together. He told the audience that I wasn't a real champion. He said, how you gonna have this nigga with a brand new belt and I didn't get a chance to defend mine?
Yeah.
Oh, but it wasn't that type of setup.
Yeah, but this is what he's making of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And in front of the crowd.
He's doing it in front of the crowd, and he thought it was gonna be a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Now, I got things going against me already. One, I'm from Queens.
Yeah.
He's from the Bronx.
He at that time, was he more established?
Yeah, he's Melle Mel.
Yeah.
But he's from the Bronx. We had the KRS Shan shit going on at the time. So here come another look. I'm from Queens, and I'm from the new school at the time. So you got old school, new school, this drama going on. That's why I don't disrespect the younger cats, because I was them before. And I know how these old fools are. You hear? So he's putting on this show. Him and look, I lost respect for my idol for a while, Grandmaster Caz, over the same incident, because those two were hanging together. And they came up on the stage like something out of wrestling.
Yeah. Melle Mel looked like a damn wrestler.
Melle Mel
too.
had on tights and a tank top, and Kaz had on a damn referee shirt.
Oh shit! So they set it up.
Yeah.
They knew what they was gonna do.
So he commences to say, "You ain't no real champion. If you a champion, you'll battle me for the belt.
You gotta beat the old champion.
Yeah, winner takes both. Nah, that ain't got nothing to do with me. They gave me this belt. I'm taking this belt back home to hang it up and popping Kim's. I'm not battling nobody for no belt, because now I'm thinking it's a setup. Nah, this ain't happening. Nah, I'm good. Oh, you ain't, nah. Slams his belt on the ground, putting on this big show, you know what I mean? So now I'm feeling like, yo, this nigga playing me. And I don't want to do it to him, but you keep backing me up against the wall, I got no other choice but to come out fighting.
Right.
So now I'm looking at him, making a fool out of himself. I'm looking at the crowd like, yo, go Mikey, go Mikey. I'm looking at his belt on the floor, I'm looking at my belt, looking at his belt, looking at my belt. So I slam my belt on top of his. Let's do this. The crowd is crazy now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I spit rhyme. I go at him a little something, but nothing too tough. Now he comes out rapping, but he's spitting preachy rhymes. He's teaching. He's spitting educational rhymes. We battling.
Right.
It ain't that type of party.
Yeah.
We're not comparing notes no more. Now we going for ours, man. I just hit him with a couple of jabs.
Yeah.
I ain't hit him with that death blow until in that rhyme, he said something about, when I kiss my girl, his cum is on her breath.
Oh.
That was it. That was, now it's time for me to unleash what I didn't want to unleash. You know what I mean? And he got down, he started doing push-ups. And now, mind you,
He's a showman.
they have a bunch of drum machines up there where you could pick whatever pre-programmed beat you wanted.
Yeah.
I was like, no beat, no beat.
Acapella.
Acapella off the rhythm of his push-ups.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm dissing him. You poor motherfucker rappers, your only job. On Thanksgiving, all you ate was corn on the cob. I said, let me stop snapping on you. You're a waste of my time. Just keep your big mouth shut or get part 2 of this rhyme. It was a long rhyme, but I went in on him and the crowd went crazy. So while I'm destroying him, Grandmaster Caz is behind me picking up both of the belts. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know what the outcome was gonna be. He thought this was gonna be a walk in the park, like Melle Mel could come and, nah, bruh, he lost. He lost, but they were so embarrassed that he stormed off with the belts. You know what I mean? He pushed Kane out the way. He pushed, because the people were like, yo, hold up, nah, you can't. And he's mad and he's pushing his way through the crowd. Now, like I said, if Boom Bash was there,
Right.
he wouldn't have went through.
Because you're alone.
If you talk, Daddy-O and them was ready to set it, the cats
Stetsasonic?
from Brooklyn. And I said, please, nah. Because whatever happens to Melle Mel is gonna reflect on my career from this point out. So let it go, let it go. Let's just let it go. There was the reason why Boom Bash didn't wake up.
Yeah.
There was a reason this transpired.
It would have been a different story.
Then Tom Silverman wound up getting me a brand new belt 2 weeks later. So my belt wound up hanging in Poppin' Kim anyway. You know what I'm saying? And let bygones be bygones. Grandmaster Flash was actually the one who apologized for Melle Mel's behavior. I didn't speak to or respect Melle Mel for years after that. It's just until a few years ago, we were in the same spot where we got a chance to talk. And,
after
30 something years.
Wow.
And then, so now we good. That's like my big brother. Grandmaster Caz already know love is love, but that's what happened that night, you know what I mean?
So where are the belts?
Well, my belt got destroyed with Hurricane Andrew in Florida because I went down there in '89. Andrew chased me out of there at 91. That's when that sucker, 91, 92, that's when it came through. That's why I came back to New York, and I ain't been to Florida since.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Florida,
you lost everything
Yeah,
there.
everything, the house, everything we had down there. Just,
Wow.
Yeah.
you know.
Damn, yo.
Shout out to everybody going through it right now in Florida
Yeah,
with that.
absolutely.
Yeah, they got
hurricane
another
that
one
just
coming,
passed.
man.
Yeah,
I
so,
spoke to my people
prayers
in
and
Florida
blessings.
last
I
night.
saw that.
Also,
Matter of
real
fact,
quick,
I spoke to Loverboy TC last night.
shout out to that. Real quick, I forgot to say it earlier, but shout out to all the moms who are here and who are no longer here, who supported and pushed and showed love and, you know, made us whatever we
Word
are
up,
today.
word.
Shout out to Melle Mel, the legend.
Facts.
Y'all ever had like you know in Rocky 4 when Apollo and Rocky go have the rematch but nobody knows about it? It's like just them two.
Yeah.
Y'all never had the urge to have the little rematch?
Well,
Nah?
actually, I never wanted a rematch, but what I did want to do is show growth and maturity and do a joint with him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like he kind of went off course the last, what was it, last year when he went at Eminem?
Yeah.
Like why do that, man? Like, yo, let's me and you just make a record and put that attention somewhere else, man.
Yeah, put
Leave
that
him
energy.
alone.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Did y'all?
He never got back to me,
Not yet.
but it's okay.
Soon coming. You mentioned another Queens legend, LL Cool J.
My brother.
And on your website, everybody make sure you go check out, I believe it's MikeyD.com, right?
That's right.
MikeyD.hiphop.
.hiphop, yes. Make sure you go check that out over there. You'll see we have an upcoming event. Mikey D has an upcoming event. October 12th, Jazzy Jay 4th Annual Festival celebrating the legend DJ Jazzy Jay. KRS-One will be there. Red Alert will be there. Grand Wizard Theodore will be there. Plus many, many more. And that is in the Bronx, 10, 12, 24, starting at 11 a.m., running till about 6 p.m. A lot of hip-hop, a lot of positive energy, a lot of legends. So make sure y'all pull up to that. And to go back to LL Cool J, on your website, it says LL Cool J versus Mikey D, the story. And I didn't click on it because I didn't want to read it. I want to hear it from you. I want to get the true story. So was there ever an LL Cool J versus Mikey D situation? Or was it like, what exactly was it?
Well, a lot of people think it was a situation, but there was really never a situation. I mean, we took jabs at each other on records and stuff like that. You know, on my record, I Get Rough, I said, forget the cookies, eat Mikey D cereal. And you know, I used to take jabs at L, and I kind of made up a whole lot of stuff in my own head because I kind of, I got to be honest, man. I kind of made this stuff up in my head because people used to ask me how I met L or James. And, you know, me being so caught up in the battle rap thing, I made this story up that I met him, we were supposed to battle at Roller Castle and all of that. Nah, that wasn't the fact. I finally got a chance to talk to Cool J's partner, my man, his name is Cal, not Calvin, not Cal Cutter. His name is Cal. His name was Cool C, Mellow C, that was his name.
Yeah.
And he was like, I said, yo, when we met L, when I met him, how the hell did we meet? He said, yo, he wanted to meet you, man.
Yeah.
He said, you know, he used to listen to all your tapes and all of that. And he just wanted to meet you. And Dave Molicio, this is a brother that used to run around with me, went to the same school as Cal. And, you know, he's telling him, yo, my boy wants to meet your boy, blah, blah, how can we hook that up? So there was a spot called Roller Castle that we all used to go to on Saturdays.
In Queens?
Well, actually it was Elmont. Elmont is the it's the end of Queens and the tip of Long Island.
Okay.
So it's right there on the borderline.
Yeah.
Flavor Flav and Spectrum, they used to be the ones doing the music and holding the events.
Oh, wow.
So we arranged it for Jay Ski to meet me there, just to meet. Now, mind you, remember when I told you I walked around with plastic bags full of rhyme books? Well, I had my plastic round full of rhyme books, and guess what? So did he.
Oh.
Now, there was only one other brother that used to walk around with plastic bags full of rhymes, and it was my partner, Mark Miller, when I was with a group called the Phenomenal Four. This was right after Grandmaster 3. I was with a group called the Phenomenal Four. Mark Miller, my brother, him and me looked like twins back in the day, and we used to have our rhymes full.
Ready.
But now here comes Jay Ski. I'm just meeting this brother. He got a fucking... But see, he had the 5 subjects. I had the black and whites.
But wait. Why the plastic bags? Why not a book bag or something?
Because it was cool to carry the plastic bags.
Oh, so people could see it?
Plastic bags, like from the store, that
Yeah.
you would carry your beer in with the
Yeah,
handle.
yeah.
You couldn't see what was in it. It was
Oh.
white. But the plastic bags was just cool.
Oh.
We used to carry the plastic bags to school instead of book bags because
Really? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
80s plastic
Yeah.
bags, bro.
80s.
We're going to bring that back. Oh, no, they banned fucking
They banned plastic bags,
you gotta
bro.
go buy it, man.
Haters.
So we meet at Roller Castle, and we compare notes.
Yeah.
I'm super shocked because here I am thinking I'm the youngest dude around the way with this wordplay, this cadence,
Right.
this aggression. But he had it too.
And he's younger?
No, me and Elle are months apart.
Same thing?
I'm
Yeah.
November, he's January, so I got him
nice.
beat.
Yeah.
He'll be 57, January 14th. And I'll be 57 November 25th.
Nice.
But we right there.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you, brother.
Facts.
So L, you know, he was like, 6 foot, skinny, had the headband on. He had the headband, and I think he might have had Jerry curls or something like that. It might not have been Jerry curls, but it was curls. Yeah. But he had the headband on. I'll never forget. And we rhyming and shit, and I'm like, damn, he sounds just like me, and he's saying the same thing, yo.
But friendly.
Yeah. It was just, we was like, yo, it'd be dope if me and you get together. No records, bro.
Yeah.
No records. He starts coming around the way. Now, mind you, his name is Jay Ski at the time.
Yeah.
Starts coming around the way, getting familiar with a couple of my friends, I'm walking around his way, getting familiar with his friends. And we rhyming every chance we get. Now battling, he didn't never have to battle because that was my thing. And he used to be like, yo, get a mic, you know what I mean? So boom, that and the other. Then one day, he came around the way, he said, yo, Mike, I changed my name. I said, what you mean you changed your name? He said, it ain't J Ski no more, it's Cool James. I said, oh, that's dope. I said, yo, that's dope, but you need something in front of it, something like, a nickname or something. Cause look, here it is. We got Loverboy TC, Ever Loving Kid Ice, Romantic Lover Snow, Playboy Mikey D, and Cool J. It's just Cool J.
Yeah.
Cool James.
Yeah.
So we walk into the store, and boom, 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 we rolling with a bunch of names, boom, 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 and I said something about, like ladies love. He like, yo, what? What you say? I said, what about something like ladies love Cool J? You always talk about ladies love you. Ladies love Cool James. That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
He did the rest. All I did was suggest it. He did the rest. The household name, where it is today, the LL, all of that. He did the work. All I did was suggest it, and it worked. Right. He don't owe me
needed
nothing.
the love. You see,
Exactly.
Love was such a component of hip hop.
So now, mind you, we were like this. But then the records started coming into play. Now he hooked up with Def Jam, and he actually said we could be the next Run DMC.
Right.
I didn't believe him.
And y'all were young still,
We
right?
we about
16?
14, 15,
Wow, even younger,
15
damn.
going on 16. He might have been 16 when his record came out, so we were like 15.
Yeah, what was that, 85?
Yeah, something like 84.
84,
Well, the tape that I got is from 84, right before the record started coming out. But yeah, he was like, we could be the next Run DMC. I didn't believe him and shit. And then he was more disciplined than me by far. Like as far as, like if he had to wanted to go to the studio to meet somebody that could get him to another level, like Silver Fox or whatever. See, I wasn't that type of dude. I was already popping. I was in the streets. I was already popping. So these cats didn't mean nothing to me. They were nothing but competition for me.
Right.
But he would go visit certain people and he would learn from them. So with the $2 that he would use to get on the train or the bus, I would take my $2 and be at another plug, Poppin' Kim's.
Poppin' Kim's.
I'm up there drinking
Getting
my
the Ice Cold 40.
That's it.
There gotta be a song on there called Ice Cold 40.
Oh, we got to do it. We got to do it. So basically, that's what that was. And then when he finally came out with the record, he came out with "I Need a Beat." People thought it was me.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? People thought it was me because that's how much
And it's Queens.
It's Queens, the cadence. I'm outside already, so people are familiar with me. They know my voice. They know my cadence. But now he comes out, and people are thinking that that's me. But when they find out that it's not me, they're saying that he bit my whole stuff.
Right.
But like I said, when we met, he already had it. He didn't bite nothing. You know what I mean? He might not have been wearing the Kangos at the time and all of that. I wasn't always wearing a Kango either. That was the dress code of the times. So he adopted that too. He didn't bite it from me.
Right.
But this is what I'm filling my head with and other people are filling my head with. Like you got people that, you just have people, like when you know somebody that's famous or in a position that they don't have access to, they build this genuine hate. And then they try to get you to take sides with them.
Misery,
But I got reach like that. I could talk to him. Why I gotta listen to what's going on here? But because I'm drinking 40s and I'm in the streets with them other efforts that's in the streets that can't get close to him, I'm hearing this over and over again. Oh, you bit your stuff. You bit your style. Why that ain't you? Why he ain't come for you? He said we could be the next Run DMC. I didn't believe it. You know what I mean? Then, check this out. So on I'm Bad, there's a part on there where he says, forget Oreos, eat Cool J cookies. I'm bad. Now, that really raised eyebrows. People was like, yo, that's a blatant bite, Mike. Come on, because I had Mikey D cereal prior to that. You know what I'm saying? So now when I did it on my record after that, forget the cookies, eat Mikey D cereal. Some of the people that knew that I had that rhyme were like, yeah. But people that didn't know I had that rhyme said I bit from him.
From Cool J,
When all actuality, he didn't bite from me either. What happened is, we're a team. He wrote the Cool J cookies to complement the cereal because we're partners.
Right.
It wasn't a bite, but because it came out on records first, people changed it into that.
Right.
So I fed into that. My ego wouldn't allow it to go no other way.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm mad. I'm becoming a real hater. People are loving this fucking guy. I was doing the same damn thing. Why that ain't me? Blah blah blah. You know.
I gave him his name.
Right.
Yeah.
But look, L. Today he's where he wanted to be when he was young.
Right.
He worked hard to get
worked
to
hard,
where
yeah.
he is. I didn't work like that. I wanted shit handed to me. I wanted instant gratification. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do something monumental right now on the drop of a dime, and hopefully this will take me there. I'm not trying to work for it. L really has that discipline to work, and I let people get into my ear, and you know my ego drew us apart and shit. And I was drinking a lot of 40s, man. I always say that.
40s.
You know what I mean? And then a couple of years ago, maybe 12 years ago now, I stopped drinking, and I realized how many years I wasted being angry at this dude for something that I basically created.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Wow. So I reached out to him, apologized, and from then on, we've been like, it's even tighter than before. You know what I mean? So much love to LL Cool J.
Shout out to the legend
Shout out
LL.
to
Can I
him,
tell a quick LL story?
Yeah.
I was a young child when Mama Said Knock You Out came out.
That was 90.
90, right? So that would have been around 11. And no internet, no access. I don't know what Queens is.
Yeah.
I don't know what Farmers Boulevard is.
Farmers Boulevard, yeah.
So he says, Farmers, what? Farmers, what? I'm ready. We ready.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is he talking to the farmers? why are they so supportive of him? What is he doing? Like, what is going on? Is he a farmer too? Years later, that I'm like, Farmers Boulevard. Oh shit, he was talking to farmers.
Yo, that's
You a
crazy.
dumbass.
Yo,
I was a kid, bro. Shout out to LL Cool J. Shout out to Farmers Boulevard,
wait
bro.
till he sees this clip.
I
I'll make
swear
sure
to
he
God,
gets it.
bro. Yo, shout out to, and I was a big LL Cool J fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
I just never put two and two together until years later. I'm like, damn, the farmers love LL.
Yeah.
So let's go to, we got through LL. Can we talk about the Madonna thing real quick? How'd you end up getting a writing credit for Madonna's Human Nature?
That's because
She sampled? No.
yeah, she sampled What You Need Is the Source. That's my record, the lead record from the second album.
Exactly, yeah.
While we were recording that, she was actually in the studio down the hall from us.
And she heard it?
Her and her people heard it, and they came in there. And I remember the little skinny lady with the hoodie on. And years later, damn Sir Scratch from the group tells me that was Madonna. I didn't know, you know what I mean? But that's when she
Was she
heard
a
the
hip hop
record.
head that we know of? I don't know.
Well,
I've never.
come on, she was Big Daddy Kane and all that.
True
Come
indeed,
on.
yeah, she had the thing.
Come on, The Dark Knight,
Yeah.
The Chocolate Prince.
The Chocolate Prince.
Yo, Kane, I'm gonna call you. You gotta tell me what went down.
Yeah, you got a lot of cool ass nicknames.
Yeah, hell yeah.
all right. So that makes sense.
So they used What You Need Is the Source, the sample. Instead of paying us up front, they gave us writing credits on it. I actually still receive writing credits. From
Right.
that.
Nice.
Couple of platinum albums and all of that. I'm good. I'm
As
good.
it should be.
Dope.
Shout out to that. Shout out to Madonna. I'm gonna go back and really listen to.
Oh, by the
both
way,
see.
and the song, the song is
Hear
Human
the-
Nature.
Yeah.
Human Nature, and then listen to What You Need Is the Source.
what you-
Yeah.
What You Need.
I was
Yep.
listening to that on the way in, actually. I was humming it as we were walking in and shit. Dope shit. Nah, I fucked with it because I remember when it came out. I remember hearing it when it came out, 94 and shit.
Yeah. K-Cut with the horns.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to that, man. Shout out to Madonna and the what's the word? The forethought? Is that the word? To give you the
vision,
writing
yeah.
credit as
Yeah.
opposed to just pay you one time.
Yeah, that's fire.
That's beautiful. Yeah, shout out to that.
Yeah.
So then after that, what year was that? Do you recall?
94 94.
As you're working
93 going into 94.
with Main Source on that album, on the Fuck What You Think album?
Yes, yep. I got with them in 93.
Okay.
Early 93. Yeah. I didn't have a clue of what went down with Large Professor and all of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
On the first album.
No, he's talking about why he left.
Why he left the
Why
crew.
Large Professor left and he took.
Yeah,
That's what I mean, like after the first album.
Yeah, I didn't know.
That wasn't, yeah.
Because I really don't follow a lot of artists like that, but some of the people that I know, I like to follow. But when I met with Sir Scratch, K-Cut, and Tandy Weems, that's who it was. Jeff Redd, the R&B singer, he was telling me and my man Mike Beasley that there's a group that needs a rapper.
Right.
And he caught me freestyling, you know what I mean? So he gave us a number and the address to meet with these people and blah, blah, blah. He didn't tell us who it was or none of that.
Right.
So I wind up at this address, we call, Tandy Weem comes out and Sir Scratch is there too. And I'm saying he looks familiar. Still didn't know, you know what I mean? And then he gets his brother, he says his name, K-Cut, and Sir Scratch, K-Cut, put it together like, okay, it's these guys. And I never asked, you know, where's Large Professor?
Right.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
So before we started recording, as we were in pre-production, I mentioned to you that on Apple Music, it says for Main Source a Canadian rap band, and I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
But then based in Queens. So it turns out that the two brothers that started the band were from Canada.
Yeah,
And
Miss McKenzie is there.
they
They were from Toronto, Canada. They were raised in Queens, actually. You know what I mean? That's where they formed the whole group and stuff like that.
And then they got the original incarnation had Large Professor as the rapper.
Yes.
And because it's a band, they could replace the rapper because bands do that all the time.
And you know, but Large Professor played a major part. You know what I mean? He was a producer.
He had a big part in the production.
Yeah, he was a producer and all of that. I don't do that. I'm just a lyricist.
Yeah.
And a lot of people compared me to Large Professor, and I didn't like that either because they kept on saying that this is the guy that replaced Large Professor.
Right.
I didn't replace nobody.
Right.
I came in as Mikey
yourself,
D.
yeah.
And if you listen to the song, I said, here comes Mikey D with the Main Source, back on course. I never said, here comes Mikey D and I'm Main Source.
Yeah.
Here with the Main Source. I'm bringing that
It's
Mikey
like a
D.
collaboration.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm bringing that Mikey D flavor to Main Source because there's a 360 degree circle because they started out with Paul C. Paul C was a part of my group. You know what I mean? He was a part of my group.
Exactly.
And now, full
came
circle,
back around.
Large Professor was in the studio when I was performing. Me and Johnny Quest didn't know, when we were recording, we didn't know who the young cat was that Paul C was mentoring.
Right.
We didn't know he was gonna be
Exactly.
Large Professor.
Yeah.
Now, years later, Main Source comes about, boom, boom, boom. Here it is. I'm not trying to replace Large, bro. I can't.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then people wanted to try to put us against each other.
Right.
That wasn't gonna happen.
Well,
either.
imagine at that time there's no hip hop. There might have been, but like it wasn't easy to get the story.
Right.
To know. So
Right.
the average person is gonna think,
They're
oh
gonna
shit,
assume-
Mikey
right.
D replaced Large Professor.
Yeah,
They
there was
can't be
beef.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
They
what
gotta
happened.
be beef.
Yeah. Nah, it was never no beef with Large and myself. Never.
Good. Shout out to that.
Shouts
man.
to that,
Shout
bro.
out to.
Well, y'all wound up working together later anyway.
Yeah. It was inevitable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was gonna happen anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you ever think back to growing up in Queens and being like, there was mad legends growing up at the same time in this area? You know, Queens is not small or anything, but
What-
y'all was all just interacting growing
let me
up.
tell you something. A lot of the legends that came out of Queens, that's out there now, they're younger than me. 50s and all of them, they're younger than me. They're generations behind me. Onyx, you know, Mr. Cheeks is a little younger than me. You know, he even calls me an OG. Now, if you talk to 50 Cent's DJ Who Kid,
Right.
he will tell you himself, and I've gotten this from a lot of artists, my DNA is in all
Right.
of them. All of the rappers from Queens, the soloists
Yeah.
that came after me, my DNA is in all of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm from the era of Shan, Coogee Rap. That's my era. We're peers. You know what I mean? Me and Coogee Rap, we battled.
Yeah.
We battled, and he'll tell you, I got the edge on him. You know what I mean? I got him to sharpen his.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that was my thing. But G-Rap is my man. But Shan, G-Rap, me, we are from that era. There's artists after us, you know, that, but yeah. Who kid tells me that, man? And it's crazy to hear that. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
I'm going to ask you a question that we spoke about. I believe it was yesterday on the last episode. Where Mad Skills was in the studio with Nas.
Yeah.
And Mad Skills asked Nas, what was it like when the Bridge is Over dropped? As a Queens person. So I'm going to ask you the same
Queens
question.
resident.
As a Queens representative at this
Facts.
time.
Yeah, exactly, because you rep Queens.
When that song dropped, what was the impact like? In Queens.
In Queens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck KRS-One. Fuck the Bronx. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? That's what it was, you know.
Did y'all play it more than once? Like, I imagine you got to play it once to hear it, and then you're like, throw that fucking tape out.
Yeah, nah, they was playing it.
Yeah?
Cats was playing it like, we wondering what's gonna happen next. Like, yeah.
Oh, they on some instigating
It's time to
shit.
battle now, baby. Yo, we was waiting for that battle, man.
Damn.
And yo, to be
How'd
honest,
it get to y'all? Tape?
The Bridge is Over was on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 98.7 and all that.
Yeah.
Remember, we still had radios with the knobs.
Right.
Red Alert was probably spinning it.
Yeah, WBLA. He was the one that
yes.
spent it.
Oof.
And let me tell you a story. There was supposed to be a battle between MC Shan and KRS-One in USA roller skating ring, which is in Roosevelt, Jackson Heights.
Like a
That's
face-to-face
in Queens.
battle?
That's
Yeah.
in Queens. Yeah, that's in Queens.
Roosevelt and Jackson Heights. Stetsasonic was on the undercard.
Nice.
Mikey D and the LA Posse was on the undercard.
Oh, shit.
And Shan didn't show up.
Damn. In Queens?
But guess who was ready to take up that slack?
Mikey D?
Yeah, I wanted that. I wanted that smoke. I wanted all that smoke.
Yeah,
I'm
why
from
not?
Queens.
That's what you're
absolutely.
doing.
I'm here. You know what I mean? But it didn't go down that way. I wound up actually wilding out on Tila Rock, because Tila Rock was there. I remember him trying on some skates, and I said, constipation has you waiting for a very long time, and that's disgusting. Then when you stop to take a little pause, what comes out of your butt goes in your drawers. Off of It's Yours and shit. So I was wilding him up, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, that's cute. No. I remember G-Rap and Polo was there, and we had the record on the radio. Bust around, Mike. Bust. And G-Rap said, yo, Mike, that joint you got on the radio is Poison. And this is before Poison came out. Word up.
Nice.
But yeah, this is all in the same night. But yeah.
That must have been a dope night. I wonder
I got to take
why KRS-One would agree to do that in Queens. Because that seems
because
like
the record was a hit. Yo,
he was that confident though.
yo.
'Cause
I mean, it
I
was.
feel like back then shit was different.
Nah.
You can't just
But
look
to
what
go
Nas-
perform the record in Queens.
But look what Nas said. He said it hit like the A-bomb, fam. So like,
but
Right.
But it wasn't. See, back then it was about the art. It wasn't about
Right.
the
So there
beat.
wasn't one
Right.
revenge.
There wasn't no beef
okay.
behind
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Like we
There
didn't
wasn't no
take-
violence
Like
on
the
it.
crowd respected the talent.
right.
It's not
Okay,
about
okay.
yo, we coming you up. It wasn't none of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't
Because I feel
that.
like that song would have been the one to
Yeah,
be like,
nah,
now,
yo,
fuck you
now
up.
we gotta fuck you
Yo,
up.
bro, if I play the tape for you, man, you can
Yeah.
hear the love that he got in Queens.
Oh, I want to see that. Oh, and I meant to ask you before, did anybody have, or does any tape exist of the New Music Seminar battle?
Nah,
Nah, back then there
the
wasn't
only
really
one that
taping
may
like
have had it was Biz, and God rest his soul.
Wow.
But nah, I've been
Damn,
looking for that
would,
for years.
Yeah, that would be dope to have.
Hell yeah.
But I do want to see the KRS-One video. I have a favorite KRS-One video too that I've spoken about.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the solo career. Let's get into the new single, actually. Over 50, out now on all DSPs. Make sure you go download that, go stream that. It's featuring Rob Swift. I assume it's pretty apparent, the subject of it, based off the title, Over 50. But what are you trying to tell the masses?
It's exactly what the hook says. I'm over 50 and I'm acting my age and still crushing these suckers like back in the days.
Yeah.
So
it's a testament to your longevity.
This hip hop thing is not just a young man or young woman's game.
Right.
This is a culture for everyone. It's not. I'm not rapping from the pockets. I'm rapping from the heart.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to compete with my youth. I'm trying to educate the youth, at the same time, inspire my peers that it's never too late. You know what I'm saying? One thing my brother L always says is, dreams don't have deadlines.
Right.
Dreams don't have expiration dates. So we gotta stop allowing the corporate to tell us that we're too old for something. You know what I'm saying?
True.
They never told Aretha she was too old to sing.
Yep. Or the Rolling Stones, they've been
I'm trying to
touring
tell
for
you,
70
you
years.
know, and yo, hip hop raised me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, Over 50 is just one of those songs that I thought anybody could enjoy.
Right.
The young cats hear it lyrically and they like, oh shit. But what I'm saying is adult language. Talking about an 800 credit score. And you know what I mean? Like, yo, this is.
You know what the thing is, I think? We've never been here before.
Right.
Hip hop, right? 'Cause
Right.
Hip hop is now turning 50, 60 or whatever. So
Exactly.
it's still a young genre. So we've never had adult artists. We've never had adult fans.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like new to us. So even this type of music, which we were discussing before, like grown man rap or adult contemporary rap, is brand new.
Yeah.
And the corporations don't want to support it for whatever reason. Maybe they don't think it's potentially profitable.
That's what it
but
is.
there's
It's
a
not
market
profitable.
for it.
Yeah.
And
What it is
we got the bread to spend.
Yeah,
the adults.
the grown man rap is the kids of hip hop. We are the kids that made hip hop
Yeah.
what it is
Yeah.
today.
Right.
Majority of the older artists that are over 50 were doing this since they were kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Hip hop raised them. I'm one of those kids that hip hop raised.
And you raised hip hop.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying. If hip hop started in 73 and I started in 79,
Yeah.
you do the math. You know what I'm saying? And I've been doing it ever since. So, listen, we can't try to hang out with our kids.
Right.
We can't follow their trends.
Yeah. It don't even look right.
We have to lead by example, and we have to make music that their parents and their grandparents enjoy.
Yes.
We don't have to. We're not supposed to please the kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like their music doesn't cater to us.
And it's not supposed to. They're kids. Let them be kids.
Right.
But someone has to take responsibility on what's being played and what they're allowing our younger kids to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, that's the thing. The corporations took over, and they're the ones that make those decisions.
yeah,
What they hear.
exactly. And they don't want older cats like me involved
Right,
because
exactly.
they can't pimp me, number one.
That's
Yeah.
number one.
I'm gonna
yeah,
pimp
exactly.
myself.
And your message is too pure.
And you know what it is? My integrity outweighs my talent. So you're not going to be able to wave $1 in front of my face and think I'm going to jump through some hoops to get that. My integrity is everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's up to us to lead by example. That's what I try to do. That's why I created Pass the Torch, because, you know, they need somebody that they can identify with and look up to and at the same time respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Respect goes a long way.
And you mentioned Pass the Torch. That is a media company, correct?
Yeah.
Pass the Torch, yeah. We have a distribution company for music under Sony Orchid and Who Mag with my man Rob Schwartz. We're now doing, with my man Big Veg, we're doing Pass the Torch TV, you know, with the interviews, trying to get the older artists to give the younger artists some game, and at the same time let the younger artists give the older artists some game. We might be able to teach them history, but they can teach us technology.
Yep.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So we can learn one, each
From
one
each
teach
other.
one. That's
Yep.
that's what it's about. Pass that torch back and forth. It's not about the age. It's not about the culture. It's not about, you know, the color, and
Yeah.
it's about the love, man. It's
Back
about
to
hip
the
hop.
love, yes.
Facts.
Word
Facts.
up.
Shout out to the brother Big Veg.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
actually played a part in getting this interview to happen.
Facts.
And he was up here recently, so shout out
by
to
the
him.
way-
He keeps
That's a
doing
good brother
his
right there.
great thing.
Yeah, that's my dude. Pass the Torch is also a radio station. We are
Yes.
on rapstation.com. If you download the app, You just hit what is it? Stations, and then at the top it's Rap Station 365. Pass the Torch comes on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we also have Pass the Torch on Mixcloud in case you miss any of the episodes. You can lock in on that.
Yes, so make sure y'all go download
catch
that.
up.
Stream that. Pass the Torch TV coming soon?
Yes, absolutely. There's an app you can download right now. It's called Hip Hop TV. Hip Hop TV, we're about to make that into hip hop's version of Tubi. All of the movies that you see are going to be hip hop, hip hop, hip hop.
I laugh because I love Tubi.
You ain't the only one.
Yeah, nah,
I love Tubi.
I put Jay onto Tubi. He called me the other day. He's like, yo, you know they got this. I'm like, I know. That's why I told you.
Tubi is that joint.
Oh,
when y'all get a chance, definitely download Hip Hop TV. You'll see what we're talking about.
Cool. Hip Hop TV.
Shout out to Tubi.
Tubi, word.
I fuck with because you watch a dope movie, whatever movie you select, and when it finishes, they'll just start playing the next movie.
Yeah.
Like, it just starts automatically. You don't even... So if you look away or you're bullshitting or you're doing whatever, you come back and you're like, oh shit, kickboxing just started, Bloodsport just started. You're like, fuck, I'm gonna sit and watch this whole shit right now.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I'm a classic movie lover, bro.
Hell
so shout out to that. Hip hop, Grammys, whoever, radio, whoever, adult contemporary rap is a thing. We need to make it an official thing, make that a Grammy category, give our legends who are still active and still popping, and the older generation their due, their credit, their flowers, not only for what they've done, but what they're continuing to do now in a still evolving culture that, yo, imagine hip hop at 200. Like,
word up.
That's going to be ridiculous, bro.
Anything is possible, man.
Yeah, and we'll get there. We won't get there. But
the changing of the guards is going on right now, man. We ain't gonna get into that, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The changing of the guards is the gatekeepers of
crumbling.
Yes.
There's a lot of crumbling.
London
going
Bridge
on
out
right
this
now.
piece.
Yes,
you already know.
And
so
it's like an opportunity.
It's an opportunity. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
People that are meant to rise now will rise, and those who are not meant to be where they was will fall. And maybe the culture will like heal itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Let's get into the solo albums. In 2020, you dropped Dramacide. Why that title? That seems very kind of off-brand.
Dramacide was a collab between Trouble Lee and myself. Trouble Lee produced that whole joint. He made the album Dramacide based off of one of the songs. It was a single called Dramacide. So Dramacide is like homicide and a whole bunch of drama. And that's what we're living in. Dramacide is worldwide. It kills the pride. It's in the air, you can't hide. Time here is time borrowed. So check the clock, because you ain't guaranteed tomorrow.
Damn right.
Dramacide, that's what that's about. You know what I mean?
And dropping in 2020, that was the year of the pandemic. Did that have any effect on how you were able to work the album? Or
Dramacide? The Dramacide project was actually recorded in '96. We just waited until now to drop it.
That's like 24 years.
Yeah, that album was recorded.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, we did that in '96.
I don't mind that. I tell artists all the time, put your shit out, bro. Even if it's 20 years old, it's new to them.
See, what it is he had all of those songs on the Real to Real. And we recorded that album here in Jersey.
Oh, shout out to that.
The studio went out of business.
Right.
Everything was in storage, blah, blah, blah. He finally got access to storage, got the mother effing
The Real?
Reel to Reals, digitized them, and we put it out, bro.
Damn, that's like a lost treasure.
Hell yeah, wow.
We put it out, man.
That's
you listen
dope.
to that album, that is '96.
That's dope. That's out now on all DSPs. Did y'all drop any videos for that?
Nah.
No visuals?
Nah.
Then in 2021, you dropped Day of Destruction Returns.
Day of Destruction Returns.
These album titles are like aggressive.
Yeah, very. Because I was.
You were aggressive in an aggressive time.
I was real crazy lyrically with that. I got even my features on there is incredible.
I think I saw Chris Rivers on this.
Chris
one?
Rivers, R.A. the Rugged Man.
R.A. the Rugged Man.
Cannabis.
Shout out to him, bro.
Yeah.
Cannabis. Shout out to Cannabis.
Shout out to Cannabis.
Craig G.
Shout out to Craig
on,
G,
man.
another
You know what I mean?
yeah.
legend.
I even got Melle Mel Ace on there.
Hey, we had Melle Mel Ace up
Friend
here.
of the
Shout out
show.
to that. Another legend.
Shouts of Mel, man.
Y'all brothers got the best stories, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
for sure.
Melle Mel Ace is Cypress Hills, man.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
So now, the new album is Over 50 the lead single for Poppin' Kim, or was Over 50 just a Lucy?
Over 50, I don't know. We undecided.
yet. Okay.
That one right there, that was to put the feelers out for that vibe.
Right.
So the Poppin' Kim album is gonna be on that type of vibe. I want to give you that Mikey D energy from the Poppin' Kim days. Evidently, I can't give you a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old Mikey D.
Right.
But I can give you that energy from there.
Exactly.
Coming from this mature
brain.
with the maturity, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what we trying to make it. We want that authentic hip
Do
hop.
you have pictures of Poppin' Kim?
I'm looking for a new one.
Somebody gotta have
Somebody
them.
got him. Believe me,
absolutely,
somebody
yeah.
got him.
Yes.
Somebody got him.
Yes. So,
Poppin' Kim's, man. Lawrence and Queens.
Just to explain again, Poppin' Kim's was the local store
It was the
Right.
store with the coldest 40s.
that had the coldest ice cold
I'm telling you, the
40s.
people that are gonna see this,
Yeah.
That know.
in the
They're
gonna know
comments,
what's up.
they're gonna automatically know.
If you ever got an ice cold 40 from Poppin' Kim's,
They were $1.50.
let us know in the comments.
They were
What was
$1.
your favorite
Old English.
OE? Okay, the
They were
classic.
$1.50 and they were in the freezer. So the ice, when you got it out, the frost and the ice was on it. Run DMC, they used to come up there. Jam Master Jay, all of them, to buy cases of 40s. The Fat Boys, they used to come there. Guru, if you was in Queens in the Poppin' Kim's days, then you already know, man.
Yeah.
Trust me.
You went out to Poppin' Kim's and got your 40.
Poppin' Kim. I want to go get a 40 from Poppin' Kim's now.
And if
just
you see,
because of
when you
the
see my
history.
artwork for the cover of the Poppin' Kim album, it's the same. It's just enhanced. The T-shirt that Poppin' Kim used to have says Poppin' Kim Brew Crew, and it's a fist with a broken 40 bottle in it. And I just
What were the
enhanced that.
owners of Poppin' Kim?
Huh?
What were the owners?
They were a mixture of black and Asian.
Okay. Because I was thinking Poppin' Kim. I was thinking maybe they were like Korean or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poppin' Kim. Yeah.
Shout out to that, man. That's a classic story. And we can expect that album potentially
Man, I'm working
next
on
year?
it now, man. Definitely
2025?
2025.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, we got some heavy hitters on the production, man.
Anyone you could tell us about?
Yo, bro.
This is exclusive, yo.
We got Dr. Butcher, as you already know.
Okay.
Dope.
We got what's his name? Amadeus?
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 Yeah.
Is he from
MOP?
No, he's not Atlanta. Who am I thinking?
No.
He's from MOP?
Yeah.
He does the MOP tracks,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, so he does the hype shit. The high energy.
We got him. We got Lord Nez.
Dope.
I would say Large Professor, but he told me not to say that. Whoa, damn it.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah, he gave me a dope one.
Nice.
I spoke to Psycho Les.
Nice.
Shout out to that.
I got even Herb Middleton, man. And he's an R&B.
Yeah.
Herb Middleton is that the producer of No, that's Herb Alpert.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got some names on here. That's
And features as well?
not right now.
Not yet?
Not right
Just
now,
you.
because I want cats to know I can hold my own.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it gotta make sense. It gotta make sense. Like
True.
DMC, I would definitely put DMC on there because we was in front of Poppin' Kim's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not about the Poppin' Kim's store. It's
But
about the vibes.
The energy of the store.
The vibes.
Everything that surrounded the store.
Yeah. So, you know.
So we look forward to that. Everybody
Hell yeah,
make sure you're
2025, baby.
paying attention and got your eyes open for the Poppin' Kim album dropping in 2025.
Yeah.
Make sure you're following at Mikey D from Queens on Instagram. Follow the YouTube. Go download the music. Download the albums. Download hiphoptv.com. Pass the Torch Radio. Pass the Torch TV. Before we let you go, and we're going to get into 10 shots with VS real quick, but before we let you go, we often ask people who they believe, or excuse me, we often ask guests what borough they believe gives or has produced the greatest crop of MCs.
I don't take part in none of that.
No, but I bring it up to say I recently saw a video where they were debating Queens and Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, of course.
And in the video, the person fighting for Queens or
Debating
or
Queens.
Debating Queens. He says Brooklyn has Hove,
Big.
Fab, and he said that was it. And then everyone else is like
MOP.
lesser players. And I was like, damn, you forgot Kane and
Yeah.
you forgot a
bro.
bunch of people.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
And then he says Queens has like 40 legends.
Yeah,
And I'm like, damn.
but see, the reason I don't get involved with none of that is because to each his own.
Right, it's all
Everybody
subjective.
has their own opinions. I believe there's dope artists from every borough, every town in the country,
Especially now.
because especially now. Like back in the days when not everybody and their moms was doing it, then we could do that. But there's too many artists now. I respect them all on the same level. Like the money and the names don't mean anything to
Right.
me. I'm still one of those that base off your skills.
Your merit,
Let me hear what you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like not everybody's top 5 is my top 5.
Right.
Facts.
And
You know.
everybody isn't exposed to everything.
That's
Yeah.
the
There's
other thing.
people out there that never heard Kane.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
because whatever, they just never heard it.
Now, you know, I love all 5 boroughs. I think it's equal. It's equal. Because we all put on.
And we all boroughs have produced legends.
Super legends.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let me ask you a question before we do 10 shots for BS. Who's the best rapper that you heard that no one else has ever heard of? Like that didn't get put out?
Probably Will Seville.
Will Seville.
Will
I like that
Seville.
name.
Will Seville.
From Queens?
Yeah. Will Seville is one incredible artist lyrically that didn't get his just due. AOJ definitely. Not Picasso. And believe it or not, and I'm going to say it, Cool J. Cool J don't get his respect. Cool J
Even as the GOAT?
Nah.
Cool J is iller than Ladies Love.
What'd you think of the new album? Have you heard it?
Yeah, I like it. But you know, again, everything ain't for everybody. Like there's songs on there that I don't like as much as others.
Right,
You know
of
what I
course,
mean?
yeah.
And coming from Cool J, I think he did an incredible job. I mean, lyrically and all of that, it was dope. You know, I've never been a big fan of Tip's production. Not as a person or nothing like that, but production-wise, you know what I mean? Maybe that's why I'm not where I'm supposed to be, because my beats, I'm numb. You know, I know how to rhyme and shit. I don't care about the beats, but I think L did a great job.
I think so,
man.
too.
I think he did a great job.
No, that's one of my favorite albums of this
Of
year.
the year,
Yeah.
I love that.
I
I
think
was
that
listening
album's
to it
going to make a
today.
lot of lists.
Yeah, we was listening to it on the way in.
Yeah,
man.
I was listening to it this morning while I was getting ready and shit and getting the kids up and everything. Had it in my headphones, man. That's a really good
that
album.
joint with M is crazy.
Everything.
Yeah, that-
I just love all the songs on there. Like,
Proclivities.
yeah, Proclivities is dope. I love that fucking song. The song with Saweetie, and he's not great, but I love that fucking
Yeah,
song.
they made it work.
Yeah.
I told you I like that one Postmodern, bro. For some
Postmodern
reason,
is
I
dope.
love that song.
Postmodern. I like Spirit of Cyrus, the first track. That shit is super hard, yo.
Even that name, the first track is with Snoop, I think, right?
Yeah.
Feature
He's on the
Snoop,
feature, yeah. Even, whatchamacallit, Louis in the Chair. Huey in the Chair, I'm sorry, Huey in the Chair. Huey in the Chair, that's a super dope track to me with Busta and shit. Like, that's a really dope album. I love that album.
Shouts to LL.
Yeah, salute.
Yeah, shouts to Queens. Queens get
We
the money.
outside, baby.
Shouts to the Mets. Victory yesterday. I'm a front runner.
I was gonna wear mine too.
Yeah,
man.
I'm a front runner, bro.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a fake fan.
straight
He's
up.
not a
Oh
real
wow.
If they would have lost, I would have pulled up in some other shit. Since we won, fuck it. And I gotta show love to Daryl Strawberry, bro. Cause
Nah, yeah, of course.
80s cocaine. Let's get into 10 shots with VSOP.
Real quick, I'm gonna ask you 10 rapid fire questions. You answer them with minimal thought. We'll circle back and discuss your answers. Cool? Cool.
Cool.
All right.
I had to think about that real quick.
All right, number 10, man. Since we talked about 80s legends, Kane or Rakim, who you rocking with?
Both.
All right, fuck it. That's a viable answer.
Acceptable.
What was a better comeback album for LL? Mama Said Knock You Out or Mr. Smith?
Mama said knock you out.
Okay.
Shout out to all the farmers.
You a stupid ass. You like performing battle rap or regular rap? Like if you could choose one to perform, always.
My regular raps are battle raps.
All right.
Can I
fair
sneak
enough.
a question in? Would
ahead.
you battle today?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's do that.
Hell yeah. Now, regular rap. I'll say regular rap.
Regular? All right,
Yeah.
cool. Better storyteller. We asked this question yesterday. Better storyteller, Nas or Slick Rick?
Nas.
Nas. That's 2 for Nas already. Wow.
Shout out to Nas.
Yeah, he's the god. Doper hip hop click. DITC or boot camp?
DITC.
No doubt. Better posse cut. Symphony or scenario?
Symphony.
All right. What was the better double album from the 90s? Wu-Tang Forever, All Eyes on Me, or Life After Death?
Life After Death.
No doubt. If you could choose one to work with, who would you work with? Raekwon or Ghostface? Neither?
Nah.
All right, no doubt.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. What's a doper track to doper instrumental to rock on? The Bridge or The Bridge Is Over?
The Bridge.
The Bridge.
And Raekwon for that other one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
Raekwon.
no doubt.
Yeah,
no
I
doubt.
did think about it.
Pac or Big? Who you rocking with?
Pop.
Pac. And there you go. 10
There
shots.
you go. 10 shots. What was the first question? We
Kane or
agree on
Rakim? He said
Kane or-
both.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'd say both because they're two different
legends.
calibers.
Yeah.
Two different calibers, and they're both dope in their own lanes.
Yeah.
So
done,
yeah, you can't, like they used to say, yo, what if they battled who you got? They
Yeah.
wouldn't battle. Rakim's not a battle rapper. Kane is.
Yeah.
He's aggressive, too cool. You know what I mean? Like there's a big difference between the two of them, but they're both dope.
Oh, no.
Dope
That's
as hell.
super
Both
dope.
legends. Mama Said Knock You Out beat
Mr. Smith.
Mama
Yeah.
Said Knock You Out was dope, bro.
Yeah, Mama Said
That
Knock You Out was
video
dope.
and everything.
Yeah. Just
LO was back, bro.
that cut by itself.
Yeah, exactly,
The
yeah.
energy, it's put it all together right there off of that.
Yeah.
That
You know.
song, I think, introduced me to a remix.
What a
Because I
remix.
had the maxi single
Yeah.
cassette, and it had the song, and then I had a remix. Of the
Okay, yeah.
And young me, dumb me, I'm like, I don't know what a remix is. So I'm like, oh shit, the remix! Ah! I get souped, bro.
By yourself.
Hell yeah. Well, when hip hop, like music,
Nah, yeah, hell yeah.
that shit touches a true fan. Music touches your soul in a different way. So
Big facts.
when that song came out, the tape, the video, and remember back then songs lived longer.
Oh, absolutely.
So that shit was rocking. Regular rap is battle rap. So
My
that's
my
dope.
regular raps
Are
are
battle rap.
majority
Mikey
of
D's
them
regular
are
raps.
battle raps, but I can perform regular songs, which I like to do.
You know what? I'm sorry to cut you
Yeah.
off. You know what I like that you said earlier? That you created a beef in your brain with LL.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever heard the story of Shaq and David Robinson. Shaq had a beef for over 10 years. With
Oh, I
David
did hear
Robinson.
about this. I did
And
hear
he would
about
always say, when I was a kid, I asked David Robinson for an autograph, and he dubbed me. He shitted on me. So when I said, when I get in the league, I'm going to dunk it on him. I'm going to blah, blah, blah. Talking mad shit.
Yeah.
20 years later, he comes out, he's like, I made that shit up. That story didn't happen. I needed the
edge.
anger, the edge.
So that happens. It happens. So that's
Yeah,
what
you
happened
gotta
with.
create something in your brain to get you.
That's dope.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, shout out to Shaq, bro. That
And
jersey.
let me just say this to that camera right there. I know y'all keep seeing me going like this. It's because Calcutta is over there dozing off, and I keep looking at him.
He's not here, remember?
You're not a.
I'm listening to everything you're saying.
He's not
I'm
allowed
glad
to
you said
talk.
Pac. I'm glad you said Pac.
Oh, on the last
Oh,
one,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. We had Nas over Slick Rick, two
Nas.
beautiful MCs.
I think
bro.
Slick Rick is super dope. His storytelling is incredible, but Nas is more into it. Anybody that can take a rhyme about a bullet and its travel through the gun and all of that, yo,
different.
that's way
That's
different.
different.
And he's done that
He's done it.
numerous times with numerous subjects. He did the gun, he did the jail, he did mad shit. Then he fucking went backwards on rewind and shit.
Yeah. That's why I got to give it to Nas and respect to Slick.
Yeah.
I mean, Nas It probably came from
He took
Slick.
from-
No, absolutely. Nas
the
Nas
inspiration.
looks up to Slick Rick.
Yeah,
you know
so
what I'm saying?
yeah, so
Was
yeah.
Slick Rick Queens?
No,
No,
It was Bronx, I think, right?
Bronx, yeah, Bronx.
Slick Rick, Bronx,
He's from
Manhattan.
Well, yeah, Bronx, Manhattan, but yeah, he was from overseas and
And then
Yeah.
relocated. DITC
Over
over
Boot
Boot Camp. No wrong answer there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Symphony over Scenario. No wrong answer there. Both Queens and Symphony. Although Scenario had a dope video, for me, Symphony had one of the dopest videos to me back in the day as a kid.
yeah.
I was-
It looked different than everything that was out at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Symphony was fire.
Yeah,
Hell,
crazy.
Still though,
Yeah.
still to this
Yeah.
day,
Du-du-du.
and the video still holds up as
Hell
fire
yeah.
as hell.
Shouts to Marley, man.
Word up.
What a beast.
Life After Death as the dope double disc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Biggie's
Like, what was it? What the fuck was Biggie smoking, bro? He had the best weed because that album literally touches every base you need to touch.
Yeah.
yeah, touches too many bases.
He,
You know what I mean? We I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say.
Raekwon over Ghostface.
Yo, let me be honest. Like, I've never been a Wu-Tang fan, no disrespect.
And that's fair, yeah.
yeah.
No disrespect, but Raekwon to me is dope. I love his voice. I love his energy. Ghostface is aight, but it's just.
It's a grating voice.
Yeah, I can't.
There's rappers like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get with the voice. That's about it, man. But he's cool and shit. He spits some shit.
Yeah, nah, he
But
spit some crazy
I think
shit.
Raekwon, I fucks with him. Raekwon reminds me of Nas a little bit,
Okay.
like the voice texture.
They themselves have said that.
Yeah.
That they remind one
Of the other?
of each other.
Nice.
While we're on Wu-Tang, real quick, I want to give a quick shout out to Cinnamon Jones La Jefa, who is dropping a new
right.
book
Oh.
called The HBIC with the coldest pitch in the game, the Black Print Playbook dedicated to all the hustlers coming into the game. So make sure y'all
Nice.
follow at Cinnamon Jones. 20, 30 year, what's the word I'm looking for? Expert? Veteran of the hip hop game, Wu Wear legend, dropping the new book for
That's
all the
dope,
young
man.
upcomers.
Congratulations
so
to
shout
her,
out to
man.
her. Shout out to Sin. The Bridge beat over the Bridge is over beat Queens. Come on, I predicted.
Damn right.
What's your favorite beat to rhyme on?
I don't really have a favorite beat,
You can go on any beat.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope. That's a true rapper. And then
Hell
Pac
yeah.
over Big. Again, no wrong answer. Two
Yeah,
legends.
Pac.
Rest
Yeah,
in peace.
Pac.
Yeah.
If you could do a song with either one, who do you think you'd make more magic with? Pac or Big?
Probably Pop.
Probably
Yeah.
Pac, yeah. Dope. Shout out to that, man. We never got to see them grow into grown man rap, and I think
Yeah, we were robbed.
I think
of
we
that.
missed out. Yeah,
Yeah.
we lost out on that.
Yeah, man.
All right, Mikey D
You
from
chill.
Queens, aka Playboy Mikey. Thank you for coming up.
I'm gonna correct you finally, man.
Please.
It's Playboy Mikey D.
Oh, Playboy Mikey D. Is that all right so fast? I forgot.
Yeah,
to.
Playboy Mikey.
Playboy
D.
Mikey
call
D.
him?
Playboy Mikey.
Yeah.
Nah, man, come on.
I was gonna say I forgot the D.
It's
but-
okay. Hey, that's all right. Look, we are securing our manhood.
Yes.
There's no pauses here. We are good.
And I love the Playboy Mikey D name. I remember when Playboy was the shit.
Hell yeah. Who don't want to be a playboy, bro?
Exactly.
And the Playboy sweaters.
Yeah,
Playboy,
and Playboy was before Player. Before people used to say, "Yo, what up, Player?" They used to say, "Yo, what up, Playboy?"
I
What's
like
up?
What Up Playboy. I still,
Yeah, Playboy.
I still
That's-
use that once in a while.
Yo, I had a gold tooth, man. I was 16 and I got a gold tooth on this tooth with a Playboy bunny. It just came out when? Like 3 years ago, right? Because I had the dental glue on it. It was a cap and it finally came out
Damn.
3 years ago. I still got it at home.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was ready to give it to the Hip Hop Museum. Maybe I'll do it
Yes,
with the
yes.
rhyme
There you
books.
go, bro.
Let's do that with the
Hell yeah,
Rhyme
with
Books
the
Hip
books.
Hop
Hell
Museum. Holla at Mikey D.
That's right.
Thank you again for being here, brother.
Anytime,
Let's
anytime.
True hip hop legends.
Let's
Pioneer.
fade out.
What you got, man? Play something good, man. Don't be
Man,
bullshit.
I don't know, bro. I don't really got nothing, but since we spoke about it enough,
Play something good, man.
let's take it to Queens.
Zubridge.
Episode 194 of the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast. As always, chest up, chin out, carry yourself with honor, carry yourself with pride. We out, Queens. Get the money. I'm gonna go to Queens, yo.
Yeah, bro.
I'm gonna go to Poppin' Kim's. Poppin' Kim's ain't around no more.
Hey, go on.
Bring back Poppin' Kim's. Bring back Ice Cold 40.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, my
You
bro.
got it, bro. You know it.
Shout out to Jay Twin, the only person I know who still drinks 40s.
Nah, he's done for it. Oh, well, yeah, he might still drink 40.
He back. 40s are back. We out.
Let's go, GAHHDcast, baby. Go.